Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, starring Miles Edgeworth. Tonight we're hoping to answer the question, how much edge is an Edgeworth worth if an Edgeworth was worth edge? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see a bunch of people were here early and I'm all excited. I'm so excited.
This stream is filled with loneliness. If you or your children are triggered by weeping men, stick around because he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I don't weep. I take my emotions and I put them in a little tiny bottle and then I bury them deep in a dark pit in the center of my guts. So I'm lonely, but I don't cry about it, so that makes me a healthy, well-adjusted person. Thank you very much, Ruka, for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. But how's everybody doing? I see Extemporaneous was here bright and early with a lurk and a random Transformers check. Blast off! Who is Bro, and why does Bro always bothering Team Rocket? Oh, I wish he was part of Team Rocket. He's one of the Combaticons, a type of Decepticon that forms Bruticus. He turns into a space shuttle, or Bruticus's arm. The problem is, like, the space shuttle is out of scale, because, like, Bruticus's leg, one of his legs is a Jeep, and they're roughly the same size. I don't know this, but space shuttles, they be huge. And would you rather only be able to stay awake during sunlight or moonlight? I would say probably sunlight. That's probably better for your biorhythms anyway, and also, like, most things probably go on during the daytime. I mean, you'd miss out on all the nighttime stuff, but it would probably be easier to function as a normal human being. There'd be a lot of things that would suck, but probably fewer that would suck if you were, like, forcefully nocturnal. But thank you for the lurk, Extemporaneous. So good to see you here. Rukov says, what you should know about Logan is that he cares. He cares that you're having a good time. It's a sincere one. I never know how to react to sincere ones. He loves hanging out with friends while playing games. He cares about how you're all doing as a person. Thank you for caring, Logan, and thank you for being yourself. Thank you, Rukov. Again, I'm trying to be better about taking compliments, and that's super sweet and nice of you, so thank you so much, Rukov. Viewer says, I'm here early. I gotta beat Extemp and come up with a random Transformers check. Dirt Boss, I still don't get him. He's one of the Transformers animated Constructicons. Here's something for you. If it had gone on for a 4th season, the creators have said they wanted to do an episode where Scrapper, Mixmaster, Dirt Boss, and Bulkhead would have combined into an animated version of Devastator. So we were all robbed of that, sadly. And then a lurk from Vero saying, getting food before the stream. Thank you for the lurk, Vero. I hope it's some good food. Nora says, rah! Hey, Logan, guess who started watching Ranma? Me and I love Ranma 1/2. Again, Akane Tendo, in my opinion, is like the quintessential anime wife. Oh, I love her so much. I love that show.
Did someone say Bulkhead?
Yeah! Tiff! I keep forgetting that you probably like Bulkhead is in it as well as Swoop, who is, other side over here. Swoop is still up right there, tapped. I probably should put him back on his shelf. I bet he misses his Dinobot friends. But Tiff, how are you doing? Thank you for the 10 bits. Vera says, Ranma, wait till I talk to you about it in a bit. Food first, I love Ranma. I love it. I need to get caught up in the new series. I'm not as big a fan of the animation style compared to like the old classic retro series from the, was it the 80s or the 90s when the old one came out?
Do you have a Bulkhead toy?
I do not. I did once pick up a Bulkhead toy and gave it to my nephew. It was the one that I told you about that had like the headmaster that you could attach onto it, and we had fun playing with it. And when I got it, he was like little, so I and he liked it, so I gave it to him. I should check and see if he still has it. But other than that, no, I don't own a Bulkhead toy. I'm sorry, there's actually a lot of Transformers I don't own toys of. But thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. Let me read just a couple more comments, so we'll get back into, okay, not back into the game, we'll start the game. If you're lurking, we do eventually get to the game. I promise. I just like to say hi to everybody. I should add, I've been thinking about this. What do you guys think? Should I add like a little counter timer thing on the screen when I'm starting that says like, game will be starting in like a countdown so people know I will get to it? Huh?
No, Bulkhead. I may just have to end my subscription. /J.
Oh, thank goodness for the /J. I have Swoop. I have others that are nice. I'm sure if you mention like 10 Transformers, I'll have like 5 of them. Maybe, but thank you very much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I do appreciate that, and the threat that I need to get back in shape with this. Let's see. Nora with a thumbs up says I'm trying to convince her to do a cosplay with me where we're both one version of Ranma. And then Hidden Hand says, how you doing, Hidden Hand? Queen Katie says, howdy, how you doing, Queen Katie? Queen Katie said, whoa, you're here so early, Vero. And then Hidden Hand with some emotes. Chaz, the buddy says, looks like we're back to The Thing. The Thing indeed. So how are all of you? Extemporaneous, Rukov, Vero, Nora, Hidden Hand, Queen Katie, Chaz. I hope I mentioned everybody that I've seen talking so far. How are all of you? Let's go ahead and load up the game where we left off. So last time, we found that there was a tunnel leading from Rocco Carcerato's cell to the holding cell where, I keep wanting to say Horace Knightley, Bronco Knight, was being held. Even though I never played the fan translation, I already feel an attachment to that name. And so we believe that that's how he was dragged through there to get to the prison proper, and that's why he was covered in dirt. Obviously, there's gonna be more to it than that. So we went to go question Carcerato, and he's missing. And so my guess, I'm taking a big swing, is that, it could be that he's involved in the murder. If that was in his cell, then he probably either was involved in some way and dug it out, or maybe he was just trying to escape and that was conveniently available and was used. So maybe he was involved. I think he's gonna turn up dead. He's gonna be another victim, which would be really sad because his bear will be orphaned. But that's my guess. I'm just taking a stab in the dark. I think he's gonna be another victim, and that if he knew about the tunnel, maybe he had information and so he was killed to be silenced. I think, possibly. So let's play a little bit and then we'll read some in the chat in just a minute. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaising with them a moment ago. Can you do that? Because liaison, I know, is liaise? Is that a verb form? Liaise? I don't know if I've ever heard that. I kind of dig it, though. They've set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good sigh. The first blemish on a prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. I hope she says the blemish is Knight being dead, and not that Carcerato is missing, because I feel like a guy dying is worse. It won't happen again, ma'am. A rather different Warden Lagarde to the one we've seen so far. Well, she's taken charge. She's being girl boss, even though I still think she's the murderer. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been too little too late. It seems he might have already left the building. The tunnel doesn't go outside the building. See, that's suspicious that she's assuming that. He's dead somewhere. We should start looking for another corpse. Maybe in one of these lockers? Maybe ground up into kibble for the animals? I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. Thank you, Miles. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it. I mean, maybe it's one of those prisons that's just on the honor system. It's like you just ask them nicely not to. It's against the rules. What's to say there was only one tunnel, sweetie? Oh, okay, that is fair. But I do feel like we could look for a tunnel, and until you find one, you shouldn't assume that there is one. I'm gonna read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Nora says, if an Edgeworth was worth edge, pure poetry. To be fair, I do think he's probably the opposite of edgy. You know, he's all prim and proper. Quickity said, well, according to my forecast, we could be looking at a spoiler clip tonight. Depends on how Logan fares at the upcoming testimonies. Spoiler, I will not do well. Vera with the unlurk. Welcome back, Vera. What kind of food you get? Said, I return. Quickity said, I would have more, but Logan didn't really guess / foreshadow much for this case. Darn it. I feel like I've guessed a lot, but I'm assuming that means all my guesses are wrong. Vera says, Katie! Quick Katie said, that said, he's still foreshadowed the rest of the game? Oh, I bet that's gonna be, because I'm calling it now, and it's gonna be obvious that what's her name? Gavel. She's gonna be like, either the big bad or like one of the big bads or something like that. Said, so yeah, I have those spoiler clips. Quick said, Vero, that heart works so good for your orange. Oh, the little heart. What is that heart for? Oh, it's a share the love. What does that mean? Oh, and Chenos is over on YouTube. Said, long time no stream. Sleep schedule has been incompatible with stream times, to say the least lately. It's okay, Chenos. Good to see you. I've been excited to see that you've been posted on Discord in the Your Turn to Die channel. Did the rest of you guys see that? I know some of you have seen it and commented on it. Is that there was finally like an update on Your Turn to Die, and it's described as having the finishing touches put on it. So maybe sometime this year? That is a game that like about once a month, I stop and think, what? Is there an update? And I'll search, and I'm always disappointed, but now I'm happy. But good to see you, Genos! Okay, let's play a little bit more. What's this?
Hey, loser. Hello, lonely man.
Oh.
Hi, Londa.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ah!
B.
Ah!
Ooh.
Ooh.
Imma.
Oh, that was me. Thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. How are you doing, Oak? Nora said that she's trying to get you into Ranma 1/2. Have you watched any of it yet? I am a fan of that series. I've only seen a couple episodes of the remake, but I love the old series. Huh?
Okay, let me list 10 Transformers and tell me how many of them do you have. But it's my loved ones and a bit niche.
Okay.
Maybe?
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Sandstorm.
Yes.
Octane.
Yes.
Skyless.
Yes.
Scavenger.
Yes.
Brawl.
Yes.
Warpath.
Yes.
Red Alert.
Yes.
Firestar.
Yes. Oh, Attrax and Astro Train. Yes and yes. If you don't have at least one, I will cry. 10 bits. Thank you so much for the 10 bits. I have to admit, the Firestar toy that I have, I never got around to opening her. They released a bunch of the fembots, and they were all like the same mold. And her and Moonracer, I just never got around to opening because they're just like...
First time catching a stream, woo. Can't stay sadly because it's 3:50 a.m. over here, but hope everyone's doing well today.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the 30 bits. And Kim... I want to say Kimchi. May I call you Kim for short? Before you go, I want to say I saw that you followed while I was offline. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. And you're probably on your way out, so I'll just really quickly give the rundown of the stream. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, and Metaphor Refantasio. We might be adding some Saturday streams in March, though, I'm hoping. And I do read every comment in chat. I'm sometimes behind those, so it's actually really nice that you use the TTS so that I can say hi to you before you had to run off. But thank you so much for the 30 bits. I don't know if you know that's more than you had to use. I'm very grateful for the generosity, but I just want to make sure that you never spend more than you have to on me. I want to make sure that you're able to have your money. I feel guilty if people spend too much on me, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 30 bits. I thank you. I hope I haven't run you off by drawing too much spotlight onto you, but thank you so much. Okay, I should probably play some game. Oh, and also here, in case you didn't see before you go, someone else has probably already put it because I'm already behind in chat. Here is a link tree. It has all my other social media stuff. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. It's got like a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. Use it or ignore it. It's up to you. Oh, and one more bit. Thank you very much for that last solitary bit. So 31 bits. So thank you very much, and thank you, Vera, for pitting that. Yeah, because if it's less than 10, it doesn't make the TTS noise. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sounds like you're on your way off somewhere. You might have already left. Have a great rest of your night. I really appreciate it, and thank you again for the follow while I was offline a couple days ago. Okay, it makes me happy. I like it when people like follow and then they like say hi and everything. Okay, I should play some of the game. What's to say there was only one tunnel, sweetie, I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It would be my pleasure. Although, again, if she's the murderer, why would she want me to stay around? I feel like she'd be wanting to kick me out or something. It's like, I don't know. And you three, go get back to your posts. Yes, ma'am. Running. I don't have a post. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Oh, okay. So we found, for those who weren't here, we found a what looked like a cleaned up blood stain. Like it wasn't stained, but there was evidence that blood was on the floor in Knight's cell and had been cleaned up. And so we ordered a residual test on to confirm if it was Knight's blood, because we're assuming that means that he was killed in there. I don't think it's going to be Knight's blood. Because, like, in the last case, we got the blood test really quick, and it took a while to come back. So it's going to be someone else, huh?
Also, hi, Gumshoe. I love you. Less than 3, 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 less than 3. Oh, thank you very much, Tiff, for the 10 bits. And Gumshoe loves you, too. I was looking at some old clips. I remember when we used to, a couple of times in the early Ace Attorney days, do like an Ask Me Anything for the characters. I'd have their face in the corner and control it's like a little puppet to talk to you guys and answer questions. But then, like, they stopped supporting the script that I used to do that. And I don't know how to do that anymore. And it made me sad. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I really appreciate that. Let's play a little bit more till we get some more background music. Then I'll read some more in the chat, because we're already like 17 minutes into stream. And I'm probably already at least 12 to 15 minutes behind. Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. So again, I'm going to assume it's not going to be Knight's blood. My guess, I'm going to take a big swing again. I'm going to say it's not going to match anybody at the prison. I think it's going to turn out later that it's like not even human, that it's one of the pets, that one of the animals that like attacked him bled. Papa? Dad, Puzzles is abusing power again. Already 30 seconds slow mode and Dot is here.
Hey, Doc!
How could you drive Dot away?
Well, no, Doc! Thank you for the 10 bits. Oh, Doc, it's so good to see you. And we didn't even have to, like, summon you this time. How are you doing? How is everybody doing? How has all y'all weekend been? I got some stuff I want to ask you guys about. We'll wait till there's some background music. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Oak. And Oak, I don't know if you realize this. I am already behind in chat. So let's see the results of the lab. Yeah, thanks, pal. Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood found in Knight's cell. Again, locking this in. It's not Knight's blood. But they won't know whose it is because it's going to turn out it's not even human. It's an animal blood. An animal's blood. What does it say, Mr. Edgeworth? They've identified the blood. Oh, that's the most boring answer it could be. And it's Knight's. Right, floor data updated my organizer. So why did the first chapter like that? We got the test results immediately, and this one had to take time to build suspense. There are signs the victim, there are signs that blood was wiped from the floor of the victim's cell. The blood has been confirmed as Knight's. Boo! Oh, Fender things. Without music, you could hear him clapping. Nice job, everybody. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel, and
I'm doing bad. Booing at you.
What?
Bad, Linda. No fair, you have figures of my fave guys, but your days of travel away from me. Agony.
Well, you should, like, find ways to travel here. I probably have, like, an extra couple of Transformers I could give to you. Or I guess I could maybe mail them to Prince Paul. The next time Prince Paul sends you a care package, they could just be snuck in there or something like that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. But then again, I guess I have a lot of the common characters. Some of them I don't have very many of. Like, I've only got one Warpath figure because I don't really care about Warpath that much. But the one that I've got of him, it's a pretty cool Warpath figure. And I think the same kind of goes for Red Alert. And, oh no, actually I have 2 Red Alert figures. Anyway, let's get back to the game, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Oh, hang on, there's a couple of more comments over on YouTube. Let's say hi to those real quick. Jenno says, yep, I've been really hyped about it. And Opinion says, hello, I am here. I was rewatching a playthrough of Slay the Princess. I love that game so much. You should talk to Queen Katie more about it since she recently 100%'d Slay the Princess. I didn't, but I played enough to have fun, I think. We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel a dog clearly went through, and security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. Okay, now here's the thing though. If the culprit is Lagarde, and if she framed Simeon Saint, because it sounds like we're pointing toward Canis as being the killer. She should be just as happy with him being implicated as the murderer. I mean, unless he has like some kind of blackmail stuff on her, or if she's worried that he might try to kill her, or or maybe she did the murder under his orders, like that he's still taking assignments or something. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Canis, oh darlings, are you sure? Don't be careful around him, won't you? Did we ever find out why he wasn't in the cell before? Was he being interrogated or something? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Okay, is that gonna be a clue that she's like familiar with his network of people? So, that's what that was all about. He's still not talking, ma'am? Okay, so that's who she was interrogating, Canis. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. Okay, this is making me wonder maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is Canis. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation. Is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Okay, let's read some more in the chat now that now we got some music. We'll play a little bit. Let's see, Queen Katie says, Vera, oh, I already read that actually. Nora says, Ranma Ra. Vera says, I know, wait, it didn't show the TF check when I got here, not fair. I know, because I think Exterminates wrote that at like 5:30, and sometimes like it just auto refreshes out of chat. Sometimes it's so early that even I don't see it. Vera said, are you guys watching the remake? Nora said, yes, but we plan to watch the original as well at some point. I heard Logan really likes Ranma. Well, here's what I've seen. I haven't seen the whole series. I've seen a handful of episodes because apparently it's a really, really long series. But all the episodes I watched, including one of them, it was a Christmas special OVA episode that was just like so sweet and adorable and cute. And I love Ranma and Akane together, and they're wonderful. Hidden Hand says, Logan, I think I know what starting music you use when Ace Attorney streams. It's called Chase Down the Truth, or the fan translation, Lying Coldly. Am I correct? On the track that I have, it is listed as Lying Coldly. So I didn't know that its official name was Chase Down the Truth. But yeah, it was the, I believe it's the Pursuit theme from the first Edgeworth Investigations game, right? I think? I just really like it. Vera says, fun! Quigita says, by the way, chat, I'm at such a dilemma. If I get to stream for my pre-birthday / actual birthday next week, I don't know what game to do for it. There's my newly bought game Storyteller, going back to Reverse 1999, or maybe going into one of my comfort games like Hamtaro, or our live visual novels. I mean, my gut says that if it's your birthday, it should be whatever you want. Not even like what people want to see, but just what you want to do. Because like you're the queen of the day. So I can't really say what you should do, because I think it should be what you just want to do the most, if there is what you want to do. By the way, so that segues into, I want to ask you guys. So my buddy Chief Asian, he I think it's been a while since he's been in chat, so a lot of you might not even know him. But he was the guy that I did the co-streams with of like A Way Out and It Takes Two and stuff like that. There's a new game coming out from the makers of those games called Split Fiction that he's been wanting to play with me, and it comes out in about a week. And so we were talking the other day and thinking maybe the added Saturday streams in March, we could play Split Fiction? Now, the downside is, because it'd be a lot of fun, the downside is with a co-stream, I'm going to be talking to him a lot, and those are streams where I cannot actually read all of chat. You guys can all talk to each other, but I would need some rule of like either highlighted messages or pinned messages or TTSs, because most of it is going to be like him and me talking, because otherwise it'd be rude for me to say, hang on, buddy. Pipe down for like 20 minutes. I need to read the chat for conversations you're not a part of. And then he's just over on his stream, like just twiddling his thumbs. So I'm curious to know what you guys would think about that. Feel free to like go check out the trailer for it and everything. Technically, this next Saturday is the first Saturday I'll have free, but I'd forgotten about that until last night, so I don't have anything planned for this first Saturday. But just let me know what you think. Vera says, I also love Ranma. If you meet a Ryoga, kiss his forehead for me. What if he's in Little Piggy form? Nora says, will do. Tiff says, or excuse me, Vera says, Sid. Nora says, yes, Akane is precious. Tiff says, I joined in just in time to hear Bulkhead. Nora said, I also started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure the other day. I find that show fun. I do have mixed feelings about some stuff in it, but it's fun. It's a fun show. It's a ride. It's the type of show that doesn't get me very emotionally invested because it's just like off the wall, crazy, whacked out stuff, but it is a fun show. Vera said, it's for a noble cause, so I forgive you. Nora said, I started watching Evangelion today. Oh, are you watching a sub or dub? If it's dubbed, which version? Which version of the series? Like there's so many different. I love Evangelion though. And Vera said, Nora is speed running shows. I don't think she is, Vero. I think she's watching shows like she plays games on stream, where she starts a whole bunch and then just like never finishes any of them, and just like has them all constantly going at the same time. There we go. So anyway, that's right. I'm calling you out, Nora, on that. Let me read one more comment I see over on YouTube. Opinion says, dang, 100%. I'm intimidated by the idea of getting the whole gallery. How long does getting that even take? Good question. Queen Katie, how many hours did you have to put into Slay the Princess? And did you use a guide, or was it just like all trial and error, changing stuff until you finally got everything? But anyway, let's go. Why, yes, sweetie, everything related to Canis is with me now.
Maybe the reason you think JoJo has flaws is BC you haven't seen part 4. Maybe the reason you aren't emotionally attached is BC you haven't seen part 4. Part 4 so peak. Boo.
Well, thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I could go into detail with the reasons why I have a hard time getting emotionally invested in JoJo. That'd be a whole conversation, so I won't right now. I will say, I want to track down, I've seen some clips from like the 90s version. They did either a couple of OVAs or a couple of movies or something like that. And I've seen like some clips of the big, Jotaro versus Dio fight, and the animation is just so tasty. I want to watch that. I want to find it. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I keep forgetting to look it up. Oh, and there's a poll has appeared in the chat. It says, choose a tongue twister Miles would struggle on. She sells seashells, red lorry, yellow lorry, 6 slippery snails, truly rural, in parentheses, I hate this, and Fred fed Ted bread. I have heard of one of these. So go ahead and cast your votes, and then I guess the winner he'll try and recite, I suppose. Let's keep going here. His weird veiny cone head. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to him. I bet they smooch. She smooches his head. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. A prison warden conducting interrogations by herself? That's irregular, to say the least. Yes, that's suspicious. Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You've been warned. I like to think that out of the 4 of these, that like Gumshoe is the only one that's probably sweating in his boots. Like, hey, he sounds kind of scary. Oh, and here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. See, Fender will run away, but he'll at least, like, before getting in the room, act all brave. Oh, bowing. Good day. Farewell. March 28th, 5:55 p.m. prison. Maximum security. And look who's here. It's Gavel and winner chicken supper. Judge Gavel, I didn't expect to find you here.
My final 10 bits are gone.
No!
I burned through them on Beef on the BC. I couldn't get too attached to having money. Crying face. But also, how could you not read the tongue twisters in Edgeworth's voice? Final boo.
Thank you for the 10 bits. Well, because I don't know them. That's why I said I'm waiting to hear the results. And whichever one is the winner, I will, like I said, will hear Edgeworth recite. But She Sells Seashells is the only one of those 5 options I even know. And so it's like I can't recite them. And so that way when the winner is picked, I'll look it up and we'll see which one it is. Speaking of which, the poll is wrapping up right now. And the winner is... She Sells Seashells. I do know that one, so it's him. Miles Edgeworth here, reciting a tongue twist. Oh no, I can't. I must stop right now.
Be nice to the guy in jail. He was born before helmet molding therapy was a thing. I had to choose short ones to fit the options.
Okay, but now, even though he was born before helmet molding therapy, he was born after helmet raising therapy. because that's his dog's name. Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Vero. Thank you. Oh, and Hidden Hand contributed 170 channel points to this poll. So once again, Miles Edgeworth here reciting a tongue twister for you. She sells seashells by the seashore. 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 There. Was that good? Did I do it right? Let's see, over on YouTube, Janos is saying, fun fact, the sub-VAs of Shinji and Kaoru are the same ones as Naegi and Tagami from DR1? Really? Like in the original, okay, so because Evangelion came out originally like in the 90s, and then they did like a remake. Did those have the same voice actors in Japanese? That's awesome. I like that. I dig it. I am a fan of, I've got DVDs of the old, I believe it's called the either Pioneer or Genion dub, I think. I love Evangelion. Cruel Angel Thesis is still one of the best anime openings ever, in my opinion. Hidden Hand says, here to see if Twitch clips don't get blocked by YouTube on here. Nope. Okay, Twitch chat. No, I'm sorry. I need to figure out how to change my YouTube settings. And Jeno says, yup, the original series. Oh, that is awesome then. Hang on, I need to have a sip of water. We're a half hour into stream somehow, and I need a sip. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and then I'll read some more of the chat in a minute. But I do need to know, Oak, you can't tell me with TTS anymore. I need to know if you were satisfied with that tongue twister. We have been conducting inquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you are still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk should our paths cross again, and yet here you are. I'm sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. Besides, did you know that man lost his badge for like 7 years? Then he just decided he wanted it back. And he just got it. Apparently it's very easy. Actually, that happened in the future, so I don't know about that yet. Or do I? I'm here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourselves should have uncovered. You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. The dog is... a pin message. Oak says, I am unsatisfied with the tongue twister. Oh, hang on, it just got small. I am unsatisfied with the tongue twister because Edgeworth did not struggle. Hidden Hand's vote was incorrect. Well, what was the second place one? The other ones were ones I'd never heard of. So what came in second place? I can try and look it up. I think one of the hardest things to do for a tongue twister... Have any of you ever read the Dr. Seuss book, Fox in Socks? The whole book is just one long tongue twister. It is so hard to deal with. But I think that, you know, we allow you to vote whoever you want. I will not impugn Hidden Hand's choice, but I will maybe take a peek at second place. But thank you very much for the pinned message there. I'm sad because, like, reading chat, I still haven't even gotten to where Doc came into the chat. So I'm read just a couple comments to the chat then, in the Twitch chat, because I think I'm mostly caught up over on YouTube at the moment. Let's see. Where did I leave out? There we go. Nora says, yup. Oak says, Oak lives. Nora says, Oak. Oak cosplay Ranma with me. Queen Kitty says, is Bulkhead the green Transformer from the animated series? Yes, he is. He's the big green guy. His original voice actor from Transformers Animated was the guy who plays Patrick Star on SpongeBob. Says, if so, I love him. He's my fave. Darling. In fact, all the Transformers in that show are my faves. I can't choose. Psst, it's Bumblebee's pretty neat. Bumblebee's great. I think my favorite from that show might be Blitzwing. Bulkhead has a great design. It's I was gonna go deep dive in Inside Baseball and what his design is inspired by and why that's awesome, but I think Vero is probably the only one here, maybe Tiff, who'd be interested in that. I will save it for the Transformers channel. Tiff said to Queen Katie, you like Bulkhead too? You have shot up on my favorite list. Huh?
Here's one that wasn't an option, but I remember it being Sid's favorite. Big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the big bug back.
A big bug, how's it go? Hey, I gotta read the whole thing. A big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the big bug back. Okay, so let's see. A big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the big bug back. A big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the bug... Oh, I actually stumbled there. A big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the big bug back. Miles Edgeworth can do tongue twisters. A big bug bit the little beetle, but the little beetle bit the big bug back. I like that one. I like making bee noises. So I approve. So there we go. I flubbed a little bit, but I think I did okay for having only heard that for the first time. Let's see. A really hard one, that's a short one, is just to say unique New York really fast. Unique New York. That's tough. Anyway, you have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. And in case I didn't say it, thank you for the 10 bits, Vero. I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and I am here. This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you're ready. Oh, is that winner? Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. Indeed. We're now more certain than ever that Simeon Saint was the murderer. And that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. Oh, a pin message from Doc says, I think the full one is, you know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? I never heard the full one. You know you need unique New York, but oh, hang on, it just got tiny. Oh, it disappeared. Okay, when I get to that later, I might have to try and do that, because that is a hard one. But thank you very much, Doc. I appreciate that. And that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. So that's going to be the thing, is that if we lose this, it's going to be that we lose our badge, game over. Your very career hangs in the balance. Hey, you mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? Speaking of, by the way, of bad endings and things, I read something the other day that opened my mind about Persona 5. I never thought about. Somebody posted a little thing online that was explained, said, hey, Persona 5's bad endings when you fail to defeat one of the palace rulers by the deadline are really funny when you think about it, because it is all a flashback where Joker did defeat them. And so the guy said, so basically all it is that Joker lies to Sai Nijima and then dies in his cell. And that's it. So it's that's what it actually is. Anyway, sorry, I was amused by that. And there's some more comments over on YouTube as well. Let's see. Hidden Hand says, no, I think YouTube thinks it's a bot with that string of letters. Oh, okay. Oh, that might be. I still had to try and find a way to work it out. Jeno says, another fun fact, because it came up earlier. Rei Ayanami's JPVA is the same as OG series girl Ranma, I think. Oh, that's awesome. I just always listen to English dub, so I don't know these connections. Says, just looked it up. And Jessie Pokemon too. It still makes me sad to think about Rachel Lillis passing away, the voice of Jessie and Misty in the OG English dub of Pokemon. But that's so cool. Thank you for the trivia, Genos. Hey, you mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation. Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was, and I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk to put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth! Sir! I don't even wear it on my lapel. Why should I care? I accept your terms. I am confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I am representing the firm of Edgeworth and Co. And I do not intend to besmirch its name. Well, I'm impressed with him, but just kind of silently dotting myself. My duty, will be done, and I will not be intimidated, duty. Very well. Let us see whether you are brave or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. At least we don't have to worry about it being like another mind chess thing. How Knight wound up in the prison proper. Let's go ahead and save our game, by the way, because we're already 40 minutes into stream and have not saved once this entire night. How many save slots. This game has so many save slots. I kind of love it. We just keep staggering our saves, and I got to read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Oak says, I also finally got Nora to watch Psyche K. I've seen the first episode of Psyche K. Actually, I can't remember if I finished the first episode. It was fun. Nora said to Oak, did you tell your brother how awesome I am? Oak said, you better watch more Nora. It only gets better with time. Quiggy said, I mean, who doesn't like him? Nora said, I will. Oak said to Nora, no, he just gave me Minecraft files from my old computer. Nora said, oh, okay, cosplay Ranma with me. Oak says, I have chips. Tiff said, I don't know, but if I ever found someone who didn't like him, they wouldn't exist anymore. Like to you, like they'd be dead to you, or you would commit the murder. Nora said, if I buy you the cosplay, will you do it, Oak? Oak says, I guess, but you have no money. Nora said, no, but if I get enough money to come to Massachusetts, I'll have enough money to buy a Ranma cos. Not necessarily. You might only have enough money to go to Massachusetts because you don't have money for other things. Hidden Hand says, I got 2K channel points. Yay! Congratulations, Hidden Hand. I do need to come with more rewards, though. Nora said, share the love as a badge if you shared clips on Valentine's Day. Oh! I guess I didn't do that. Because I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. Anything out of the ordinary. Quiggy said, oh, don't worry. You did guess things that was close for this case, but I did not clip them and will explain why, along with a mini rant after I deliver the next spoiler clip, either this stream or next one. Now I'm very curious. Oak says, I want to go watch OG Ranma at some point. Well, the stuff that I saw was like from later on in the series, and it's one of those things where the animation style changes, and I just really love how the animation looked toward the end of it. I mean, you should know all about that if you like JoJo. Like, the animation style in that evolved very distinctly. Because like the animation, not the animation, but the drawing style in the manga did. Nora said, yes, we both watched the first episode together today, yes. Oh, and there's Kim. I assume I could call you Kim, you're long gone. Well, it's first time chatting, can't say sadly because it's 3:50 a.m. over here, but hope everyone's doing well. So that is another overseas friend that we have. That's like close to a Vero time zone. Quiggy said there's a transformer named Warpath. Let me guess. They're behind a warpath. They leave behind a warpath everywhere. What he is, it's the stupidest thing. He's an Autobot, so he's a good guy who turns into a tank. And his whole gimmick is he shouts onomatopoeia all the time of tank noises. So he'll be like, let's get out there, pow, and fight some Decepticons, kablam! That's like his whole deal. Vera said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Keep your window open. Then hi, good to have you here to Kim. Nora said, oh wow. Quiggy said, Vero hiring Shelly to kill her right this moment. Kim went, some cute little emotes there. And Oak is more emotes. And Vera said, I need them all. And Hidden Hand with some chocolate milk emotes. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the game. I hope I'm not getting close to catch up in chat. I can hope that, but they are empty hopes. Okay, so pay attention to her testimony, her argument, whatever. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume. I guess that, is she talking about when we got him arrested? Oh, no, we're talking about that. When he stole the keys from one of the guards. He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. And again, that's the same type of tarp. Because look, it's the same type of stripes, right? If we take a look at our court record, see, it's just in black and white. Because they're two-tone. They're orange, then yellow, then white. And it's the same thing out here where it's like darker, lighter, and then white-ish. And so I think that at some point he's gonna be in here, and he probably helped move the body without realizing it. So he was probably taken out of the detention center in the prison proper through the tunnel, but then got into the workshop by Simeon Saint unwittingly. And that's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled into one of the prison workshops. It figures she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Oh no, did they enhance it? Perhaps you would like to see what we found. Actually, yeah, I'd love to see. Oh. This is a still from the footage we received. Mr. Saint is speaking with Knight at his cell. And the big cage is blocking view of their hands. We can't see if he gave him keys. Oh, sorry. I think it was Edgewood said Mr. Knight is speaking with him. Correct. You will also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. Can we enhance on the mirror here to see a reflection of their hands? It is this blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected. But we saw him get, like, attacked. Was that before or after this? What time is this? Timestamp is 10:14:16 p.m. If we look at the security camera footage in our organizer, we can't play it, darn it. Okay, so 10:14:16. I don't know if this is before or after. A sound deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? A blind spot, which means that Mr. Caddis isn't the only one blind here. Oh, did you hear that? Yes, yes. Do you see what I did there? Well, Mr. Caddis didn't see what I did there. He heard it. He probably has excellent hearing. You know, other senses, they compensate. I assume. Really, I'm quite impressed with how much he's able to do with reading printed chess instructions. That the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage, if he did at all. So it's possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? Also, like, how would he get through the bars into the cage? There is really only one possibility. He intended to escape. Present break! That's so cool. Mr. Cosserato, Mr. Knight. Oh, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game. Okay, now is not really the time. You should not have blabbed that about Mr. Cosserato until I brought it up. Now she knows more than she needs to. Mr. Cosserato's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simeon! That wasn't a compliment! Read some more in the chat, because I love this. This is one of my favorite Edgeworth sprites, actually. Let's see. Veer says, it's nice to have someone who also deals with a time difference. I can relate, Kim. And then Oak says, hey, Logan of the future, I'm a time traveler. The Oak you're reading right now is from 15 minutes into the stream. Crap, that's a half hour ago. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog, possibly like Helmut as well. Thank you, crap. So I'm a half hour behind. Thank you, Oak. I do appreciate that. And Tiff with a hydrate command. I will do that right now. Thank you very much, Tiff.
Hi, sorry, gonna cut you off reading chat and nerd out. Hear me out. I think I got a confidence boost because I saw an image of a Transformers toy in root mode and I was like, is that Skids? And went to look into Skids toys to be sure and it was actually him.
Hey!
Should I feel proud?
Hang on. I got cut off there. Should I feel proud of myself or reflect on how much this fandom is deteriorating my brain to the point where I remembered a background character in G1? He appeared twice in the background in G1 with two different voice actors. And wait till I tell you about what his entire contribution in the old Marvel comics. I love Skids, though. I have 2 Skids up on my shelf over there and a third one in a drawer in the other room. But I'm curious, like, do you know which... I'm curious which version of Skids it was, but I don't know if you'd know that much. But yeah, I think you should feel proud of yourself. Thank you for the Tomcat. I should read a little bit more in the chat then. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Be proud, Vero. And again, if you're able to look up, I'm just curious which version of Skids it is to see if I have that one. Because I don't have everyone, but I have a couple. I like Skids. Quick said, oh yeah, if anybody was curious, I got all of my VODs over to my YouTube channel now, so I'm pretty much safe. Just gotta download them now for future editing. Nice, congratulations. I still gotta save up for an external hard drive to back up mine. Oh crap. Oh, the Tomcat was to say shoutouts. Oh, someone did a Logan clip roulette and it didn't work, so let me take that down. Thank you very much. Thank you for the pin message, Vero, and I assume whoever did the Tomcat. Oh, it was Crystal who did the Tomcat. Crystal, how are you doing? I assume that was the get back to reading. You're so far behind, Tomcat, but thank you very much, Crystal. Let's see, Vero said, nah, it's 25 minutes. Oak said, we'll probably be like 40 minutes when he reads that. Quick to the timestamp, 16. Okay, it's 34 minutes. Hidden Hand says, not Jisil? JSIL? What is JSIL? I don't know what that is. Doc says, joining and immediately seeing slow mode. Classic Logan stuff. It's par for the course. But good to see you, Doc. You're awesome. I'm excited that you're here. Oak says to Vero, Vero is just lying. Also, Vero, why is Dot here too? Because Doc is awesome. Vera said, laughing, being safe. Doc said, I'm free today, no school, and I am so happy. Vera says, maybe. Hidden Hand says, Gumshoe, I did not notice. Chaz says, we all love Gummy. Vera says, too bad because having a Phoenix in the investigation game would have been fun. Doc says, I'm so freaking glad I could catch an investigation stream. I'm glad too. I'm just glad that you're like having a day off from school and you seem to be doing well and happy. Oak says to Doc, peek. Huh? Who?
It's his legacy toy.
Oh, I have that one. Hang on. Thank you for the 10 bits. Right here. Right here. Right. Hang on. I gotta put my earbuds in. Yeah, he's here. There's Skids. See? It's legacy Skids. Right there. I got him. I love him. He's wonderful. Mwah. Thank you, Skids. Yay. Anyway, I just like obscure characters. I like obscure nobodies. I feel for them. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Okay, I should probably play some game then. Let's play some of the game so that the lurkers can be tricked into thinking that I'm actually productive with my time. That wasn't a compliment. I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine that had things gone to plan, Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Okay, but that doesn't explain why she thinks Simeon Saint would have killed him, because that sounds like he was trying to help him break out of prison. I feel like if you're trying to help someone escape something, you don't kill the person. That would be counterproductive to a prison break, I assume. I'm not experienced with prison breaks, but I assume. Hey! What happened? Oh, is the shout out down again? Is Hidden Hand doing the hey, what happened? Okay, so thank you. I was just barely in the chat. I'll return to the chat in just a minute. But let's get a few more lines of dialogue, and then I'll be right back to it. But thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Oh crap! And now the Twitch Guru did just appear and seems to be broken. So let me turn that off now. And back on. I'm sorry that the shout-out seems so broken. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Like, do we have a motive for him why we think he would have done this? Judge Cavell's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Yay! Rebuttal! But how Knight wound up in the prison proper. Okay, so you guys know the drill here. At the beginning of a cross-examination, we always save our game so that we can save scum. I will press every statement before we decide where to present our evidence, but because I did get what happened, I will read a few more comments in the chat. Quickity says to Vero, man comes in, looks at everything, bluffs, and then is somehow correct, walks away, leaving Miles flabbergasted in the wind. And Vero says, yes. Oh, and Hidden Hand with a clip. Hang on. Let me load this up with a clip, viewers, so we can all watch this together. If you're lurking and if you don't know, anytime someone posts a Twitch clip into the chat, we pop it up on the clip viewer so we can watch it all together. This is also tell me how far behind I am. I'm 36 minutes behind. Titled Less Than 3, Less Than 3, Less Than 3. I think I know what this is gonna be. Last case, we got the blood test really quick, and it took a while to come back, so it's gonna be someone else, huh?
Also, hi Gumshoe. I love you. Less than 3, less than 3,
less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. Last case, we got the blood test really quick, and it took a while to come back. Thank you very much for the clip, Hidden Hand. I appreciate that. I'm always happy if it seems like someone enjoys the whimsy. Let's see, Oak says, Doc, right now I'm a big fan of Useless Winner. Doc says to Oak, the Eustace effect, everyone loves him, women love him, fish fear him. I think, no, you know what, here's the thing. If Eustace Winner was to try and quote that, like, women love me, fish fear me, he'd get it backwards. Fish love me and women fear me. I think that's probably better. Oak says, I think Eustace whimpers. Quicket says, slay the princess mansion. Yes, because is Jenno still here? I still need to find it from you, like how many hours it took you to relay that info. Oh, and a poll just appeared. Paid poll. Said, more AA name puns of chat. Biag Dafer, Swoopingin. Oh, does that be swooping in? Oh, that's gonna be Magpie then. I still know Beg differ. It's like beg to differ, maybe. YouTube migrant. There we go. Hey, Luza. There we go. So that's Clam and To Which Goro. Is that looking like Twitch Grow? I still need to figure out the big Beagdifer. It's gotta be like beg to differ, I think. I feel like I'm like missing the pun. That one's going over my head. But enjoy the poll, everybody. Let me read just a couple more really quick comments. Let's see. Oak says to Doc, it's true. Everyone except Beowulf loves him. I'm enjoying Eustace Winter. I think he's a fun character so far. Tiff says, I don't like him either. Oh, with the pa-pa-pa.
Last one I added last minute, so whoopsie, not that good.
No, I think it's good. To Which Goro. In fact, I am going to vote for it just because you don't think it is. I want to make sure I show that support right there. But again, the first one for some reason is going over my head. I feel like I should get it. I'm sure it's a really clever pun, but I'm missing it. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's actually play a little bit of the game, and then I will be back to the chat in just a moment. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume. Hold it! Your Honor, about this incident. Oh, here, a pin message by Oak saying, Logan, Dayfer is Big Dayfer. Dockets Wood is supposed to be Batman. Vero, please spin. Oh, I thought it was because Magpie comes swooping in sometimes, but that works for that too. Big Dayfer, that's right. Okay, that makes so much more sense because Docket's always doing the Big Dayfer stuff on the holidays in Discord. Thank you very much for the pin message and for the explanation. Your Honor, about this incident. You have heard about it, of course. Surely any attorney worth his salt would have his sources. Yes, I am aware of it, of course. I simply wish to confirm. Hey, wait. I was still talking. Then you are wasting both our time. Shall we continue? He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Hold it! Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I mean, I know the guard didn't have them afterward. I'm going to assume Knight did take them, but we don't know what he did with them afterward. I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regained consciousness, I am sure he... regained, so he's still unconscious. I am sure he will confirm our suspicions. If he's still unconscious 2 days later, there's probably some brain damage. Oh, and the poll is done, and Suwu Pingin has won with 54% of the vote. Tiff contributing a whopping 1,040 channel points. Thank you very much. So Suwu Pingin, thank you very much for the poll and for the points. Not that I get the points or anything, but I do appreciate it. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her further on her reasoning. Okay, why not? Press further, sure. No downside to this, I assume. What's she gonna do, take away my hit points? Sorry, but I believe there is a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? Oh, so that's how he supposedly got in the cage. But then the footage would have picked him up opening the door, right? Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere, then waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys? I'm afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has been proven already. And this is the piece of evidence that proves... Oh, well, crap! Proves Knight didn't have the keys. Is it going to be the empty chest set? What do we have? A map of the facility, including the detention center. I might have screwed up. Maybe I was supposed to press the other statements before we press this one further. There's a map of the facility, including the detention center and prison proper. Nothing really significant here, I don't think. Okay, a folding chessboard with the pieces stored inside it belonged to Knight and has a secret compartment, but it was empty. Discovered on top of Knight's body. Does this mean the victim was tied up? killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. There's also a small cut on his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head. A sweet scent can be detected. Found in Workshop A, sullied after being worn by Sawheat when administering a dark mud pack treatment, also bloodstained. A colorful tarp found by the victim's body. Some of these were being stored in Workshop A. They open the doors if an animal is detected, but raise the alarm if an inmate's bracelet is detected. Prisoners are not allowed to move about freely. Held 3 times a day, 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. The victim's body had not been found at the time of the 7 a.m. roll call. Sawheat claims to have seen this dog biting the victim's throat. He doesn't seem to like me very much. Sawheat's bracelet wasn't working at the time of the incident and could not be detected by any sensors. Carved for fun by Canis, he also seems to be engaged in correspondence chess via postal mail. Winner, Gavel, and the warden searched the prison for the murder weapon but couldn't find anything. The positions of the pieces match those on the board in Canis' cell. There are signs that the blood was wiped from the floor of the victim's cell. Blood has been confirmed as Knight's. This could be it, because this would suggest he was killed in the cell, which Gavel wouldn't know. Hang on. Footage of a detention center holding cell showing the victim being attacked by a dark form. Stolen from a guard's locker in the detention center corridor, March 26th. That's got to be related to the missing keys, right? Because then someone could walk around disguised as a guard and opening doors. The question is who? It could be Carcerado. Maybe he helped and was killed for it. A guard was attacked and his keys, including the one in Night Cell, were stolen. They've yet to be recovered. Okay, so that would seem to suggest, although if you say they're hidden, oh boy. Deployed to the entrances, both the detention center and the prison proper, capable of detecting items made of metal. A photo of the tunnel between the prison and the detention center. It seems to depict paw prints of a dog. So it could be just this, saying they've yet to be recovered. Or it could be this, saying that he didn't need the keys because he had a tunnel. We did save, so let's try the keys.
Take that!
Hey, I think we got it right. Since you know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but after the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it is such an issue. I believe he ate them and then pooped them out. There, they're gone. Also, I was just thinking about this brooch that she has on her cape. Have we seen that design anywhere else before? It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't pinpoint it. I should read some more in the chat now that we've at least gotten through that. So Queen Katie, am I making good progress? I feel like that went quicker than our cross-examinations usually go. Huh? Let's see. Oak says to Tiff, but he is so stupid. How could you hate someone who is so bad at everything? Nora said, lurking, but I'm still here. Thank you for the lurk, Nora. Vera says, I think Eustace is lactose intolerant. Quickity says, I think he was being interrogated by Fifi because we saw her earlier talking about, so I forgot about that. Talking about that, then sometime after we went back into an empty cell. Never mind the flashback, helped lol. Yes, but you were right, Queen Katie, I had forgotten about that. Tiff said to Oak, he was mean to Gumshoe. Okay, you know what? If you're a Gumshoe lover, that is a fair reason. You can be very protective of your man. Nora said, lurk slow mode. It is slow mode, but thank you again for the lurk. Oak says to Vero, I think he is lactose intolerant, but also someone put milk in his brain as a child. Doc says, lurk, one momento. Oak says, Eustace is a premature baby with milk in his brain. I love him. Hidden hand with a bunch of emotes. Quickity said, but Logan, that's the dilemma. I want to do all of those games. You could just do all of them then. You could do like 20 minutes of each. Oh, pin message. Logan, what you talk about, you literally compared it to Yu-Gi-Oh! One time before. Please pin this. I'm flabbergasted. Crap, what did I compare to Yu-Gi-Oh? Lactose intolerance? Probably lactose intolerance. I probably compared lactose intolerance to Yu-Gi-Oh! That is what I'm assuming. Yes. Oh, we're probably talking about the cape. Oh yeah, because I said before, it reminds me of like a Millennium item, like the Millennial Eye that the Pegasus has. And, oh, there we go, Quickie says the eye on Verity. Yeah, so it reminds me of the Millennial Eye that Pegasus has, but I do wonder if it's something else. I wonder if it's something we've seen in these games, is what I'm asking. But if it's an eye, if it really is an eye, maybe that shows how she's corrupted and she doesn't use, because like Justice is blind, so all eyes should be covered, but she's got like 3 of them on her cape. So maybe that's like a visual metaphor or something of her own corruption and villainy. But thank you very much, Queen Katie. And no, but it does. It looks like Pegasus Millennium Eye, but I'm trying to think it's still itching in my brain, like as if we've seen it in this game series somewhere, but I'm probably wrong. It's probably just more of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But thank you very much, Queen Katie. I'm sorry that you're flabbergasted. Let's see. Where'd I leave off? I had to scroll up to find that there. Queen Katie said, not gonna lie, I forgot Split Fiction came out in March. I had forgotten too until I was talking to my buddy Chief Asian about it. Nora said, I'm watching the sub. Calm down, Logan. Aw. I like the original dub. Queen Katie said, let me check. At first, it was trial and error before I gave up and used a guide. Okay, so at first it was trial and error. So Genos, if you are still here, we're gonna find out in just a moment. Queen Katie, how many hours it took her to 100% slay the princess? Vera said, pull up. Nora said, yes, you're correct. I'm watching about 18 shows right now. I counted. See, I knew it. Said more than that, like 25 maybe. Oak says to Nora, bro, you need to just finish a few shows and a few games. That's what I'm saying. I can't keep track of that many all at once. Doc says, unlurk. Okay, back for whenever Logan reads this. The moment I was waiting for, your reaction to, it was the Lang cameo in this case, but since I missed, I went back to see it in the VODs. Man, I love Lang. Okay, so that's what it was. Was it everything you hoped for and more? Actually, I feel like I didn't have like a really big reaction. I was excited to see him. I like him. But okay. Okay, so we finally found out what that was. I've been wondering what that was going to be, so thank you very much, Doc, for sating my curiosity. Oh, here we go, Janos. Queen Katie says, according to my playlist, not including the fact that I already 100%ed the base game before the update. Okay, so this isn't counting before the update because then this is the pristine cut. Says, I 100%ed the pristine cut in 32 hours total. Yeah, feel free to pin if you wish. So there you go. 32 hours, Janos. So for me, it would probably be, close to 100. Like 75, 80, something like that, if I ever tried to. At Hidden Hand says, seashells. Over on YouTube, Genos is saying, gosh, the remaster of this track is so good. The guitar feels very epic. Then says, Slay the Princess guy is... Oh, it was Opinion who was saying Slay the Princess. I'm sorry, Genos. Opinion, are you still here? I'm sorry, I got the two of you mixed up. I'm sorry, I mixed up which one of you is about it. Opinion. Forgive me, Opinion. I remember one of you was mentioned on YouTube. I'm sorry. Opinion, what can I do to make it up to you? What can I do to make it up to you for getting that wrong? But yeah, so Opinion, if you are still here, Queen Katie said that not counting 100%ing the pre-pristine cut, it was 32 hours that she spent on Slay the Princess. Opinion says, hi, I'm here. I zoned out. What happened? Oh, that's all it was. I just, Queen Katie got back with how long it took her to 100% pristine cut of Slay the Princess. And I accidentally said, Genos, if you're still here, because he asked about it. And Genos reminded me that it was you who had asked about that. So I am so sorry. But I'm glad that you're still here. And thank you very much, Opinion, for hanging out. And Opinion says, okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Let me have a sip of water. Let's play some game. Because I guess that's what we're here for. We're already an hour into stream. I guess I should play at some point. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Knight's chess set! The same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden! Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who proposed it! Actually, if you recall, it was Eustace's assertion. I love his little boing. Actually, that probably sounds bad if I say I loved another man's boing. I was talking about him suddenly going completely erect like that. No, that's a bad way to say it. I was talking about him suddenly getting really stiff. No, that's a bad way to say it. I was talking about... I know I am saying these things wrong. It's not an accident. It's for a bit. But I do think it's funny when he does that little boing thing. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. I shouldn't do dirty jokes. It just feels wrong. And then I feel guilty afterward. My apologies already. So, the two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. No, Edgeworth, you've met Eustace. They are of 1.5 mind at most, maybe 1 1/8 of a mind. There is something very wrong with Eustace. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. What?
I would have quoted that, but I value your reputation because it reflects on me as a mod in Toon/J.
Thank you, Vero. So that's why I gotta, huh?
You all heard him. He loves his boink oink oink.
Oh.
Hi, team.
Why did TTS Girl make it sound like oinking? But I do know that I think in Japan, I think in Japanese, isn't boing boing, that's like slang for boobs. So maybe it was his man boobs that I was excited about or something like that. So thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. And Vero, thank you for your 10 bits as well. And for watching out for me. That's what I just need to have mods who also care about their own reputations. So I do appreciate that. Okay, let's play a little bit more, then we will be back to the chat in just a minute. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climbed inside the cage. He was then moved from his holding cell to that workshop in the prison proper. Is she gonna give an explanation of how he was still alive after that vicious attack to his neck by the little blurry animal thing? All with the help of his friend and accomplice. Had things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard. Except he was in... yeah. Was that us? Oh, that was the game. Sometimes I forget that that's the real sound in the game. But Mr. Saint was part of that performance. Okay, so I can read some more in the chat now. Oh, okay, that one wasn't part of the game. Thank you very much. It's Doc. Thank you very much, Doc. I appreciate that. I mean, I don't really appreciate it, but I appreciate you enjoying that. Quickita said, also, I picked the seashell option on the poll because there's a very funny pre-cure edit video of that song, and I love it to death. Nora says, Oak, no! Hang on, I gotta scroll the chat. There we go. Nora says, Baddie Verity. Doc says, Verity. Oak says, love you, Mantis. Quickita said, in fact, I'm gonna post the pre-cure seashell song in the Discord. The memories flood once again. Vera said, he didn't struggle! Quickita with some Mantis emotes. Oak says, I have ice cream. Nora said, I met sickly Victorian child, blue-haired Igus in Evangelion. I believe I'm watching the original series. Rei Ayanami. I love her. Although some of the revelations about her later on make things uncomfortable. But I do love her. Doc says, oh, she talks like an anime villain, almost like Maximilian Pegasus. There's a second Maximilian Pegasus reference of the night. Oak says, I am unsatisfied with the tongue twister. Oh, that was pinned earlier. Oak says to Doc, just wait till you hear Longa's Eustace voice. It's the same as the catchy from P5, and it's perfect. Doc said, can we get Edgeworth rendition of Fox in Sockets? Maybe. Maybe we'll do that for a Just Chatting stream. It'll just be attempting to read Fox in Socks. Oak says, I think it was red lorry, yellow lorry. Is that different than red leather, yellow leather? Because I've never heard of red lorry, yellow lorry. Lorry isn't even a word that's used here in the United States. It's a word for like a semi-truck in England, I believe. But they don't use that term. We're just like, it's a semi. It's a big semi-truck. And red semi, yellow semi doesn't, I don't even know what that is. Javier said he struggled. Tiff wins. A little bit struggle. It was my first time doing that tongue twister. Doc said that one sounded like Edgeworth rapping. Ooh. Quiggy said, dang it, I got the first time around, but the second one flubbed me at the end. Oak said, great work, Tiff. Edgeworth failed. Vera says, Tiff, shout out. And then says, unique New York is fun to say. Doc said, oh, here we go. I think the full one is, you know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? Okay, so I have to try and say this as Edgeworth. Edgeworth trying a tongue twister that Logan is awful at. You know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? You know you need See, already messed up. You know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? You know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? You know you need unique New York, but does unique New York need you? Okay, only messed up once. I feel proud of myself, and I'm gonna avoid saying that again. Quickly said,
Isn't it from that one video where you either hear Lori or Yanni?
Oh, was it? I don't think it was Lori. It was Yanni, or let me look up what the other one is, because there's a bunch of those. There was one where it's like you hear brainstorm or something else. Let's see, do you hear Oh, Laurel. Laurel, yeah, you hear either Laurel or Yanni, or whichever it was. And then there's another one where you either hear brainstorm or green needle, which are such odd things, but like it works. It's real. But thank you very much for the 10 bits as well. I gotta have some water. Hang on. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and then I will be back to the chat. But Mr. Saint was a part of that performance. How would he have even had the time to commit the murder? How indeed. Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show was one such example. She's done her homework, I see. She's learned that stage shows often have rehearsals. And scripts. I don't like rehearsals and scripts. That's why I do improv. Oh, a poll just appeared. Hey, we got a Twitch poll. Says, if you know, which one were you able to hear back then? Laurel or Yanni? I don't even remember. I remember I heard one distinctly, but then I'd like kind of force myself, and I could force myself to hear either of them if I thought about it. But I don't even remember which one I heard first. I'd probably have to like listen to it again, and then it would jog my memory. But everyone, go ahead and cast your votes. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. Is that the word for an elephant, like elephantine? I feel like it would have been maybe based more on the word pachyderm than elephant. I don't know. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. Oh, he's got a little clown get-up! Oh, that's cute! He's sent flying by the elephant? Oh, so maybe the reason why he had that cage in there is to have, like, safety mats to land on? Oh, wait, no, except that's going up to the balcony. Yeah, because that's the top of the stage. Okay, for a second I thought it was, like, off to the side. That's upward, then. Isn't that dangerous? Well, I mean, performing with a tiger is probably already dangerous. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it is more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say? Objection! Committing the crime and returning to the stage in that short 15-minute window is only possible assuming the murder took place in the prison proper. See, now we get to bust out our evidence. Let me read a couple more comments to the chat here. Let's see, Queen Katie said, it's funny to attempt unique New York because your tongue is moving around in the middle while you say it quickly, so it like freaks out. Viewer said, it's not so fun anymore. Oak says to Doc in Edgeworth voice, check it out. I'm in the house like carpet, and if there's too many heads in my blunt, I won't spark it. I'll save it like rocket fuel till everyone's gone and it's cool. Then I spark it up with my brother. His mama named him Mo, but I call him Mo Lover, and he's more than a cover, he's a quilt. I'm putting crap together like the house that Mom built on a hill, cause this crap's gonna feel like velvet turtle. My style fits together. No, my style fits tighter than a girdle. See, I don't know the words to that, so actually I don't even know the rhythm. Oh, and the poll is done exactly 50-50 split of Laurel and Yanni, with Oak contributing 10 channel points. Doc says to Oak, and I am not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. Oak says, wrong song, sorry. Nora says, hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. Doc says, the song that I like to try and sing, unfortunately hits a couple of really high notes. I like King George's song from Hamilton. The You'll Be Back song. That's a fun one. That's like the ideal part. You walk out on stage 3 times, bring the house down, then head backstage, and you just chill. Let's see. Doc says to Oak, aw, shucks, do I lose my food ration now? Oak says to Doc, not all of it, but you lose your mashed potatoes. All right, let's play a little bit more of the game. I hope I'm getting like somewhat closer to catching up. Since we are on slow mode, I should theoretically maybe even catch up before the 3-hour mark tonight if I'm good at it. Assuming that the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence. What was the reason why she didn't? And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Yeah, what was the reason for not? I honestly don't remember. Let's also save. I assume this should be easy because all we gotta do is present the blood stain on the floor of the prison cell or detention cell. But just in case the game is a b-hole, we gotta save. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? Is it blood stain? Is it this thing? Take that! This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty goddess of justice, grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensic operatives. Objection! Oh, yes. I have my resources. A certain blunt. As Oak was saying in those lyrics. I mean, a blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. Isn't that right, Gumshoe?
Who's his blunt instrument? I don't know who he's talking about. I wish he would praise me like he praises that blunt instrument.
The detective, how very unfortunate for him. Oh crap, is she gonna fire Gumshoe? Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered. I think she's gonna fire Gumshoe.
Hey, it's been a while.
Jorge!
Hope you're okay. Sorry for being so absent in streams.
It's okay, Jorge! It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Thank you so much for re-up with the sub and at tier 2 at that. Thank you so much. 32, so you are halfway to a 4th subscription, baby. Jorge, even if it's been a while, I mean, you've got stuff going on in real life. I understand that. We miss you. You're awesome. Like, we still mention you, like, at the stream sometimes. I think it was just last stream I mentioned you a couple of times. I can't remember what exactly, but we miss you. But it's so good to see you. But if you're busy with stuff, your real life responsibilities and activities and things like that take priority. But so good to have you here, Jorge. I'm happy. For those who haven't met Jorge, because we do have a few new people in the chat, I think since last time you were here. Jorge is awesome. That's really all you need to know. Just Jorge is awesome. But thank you so much for re-upping the sub, Jorge. I really appreciate that. Okay. Let's play a little bit more here. Let's play. Wait, hang on. A poll just appeared. We got a new Twitch poll. Said paid poll. Trust. Ace Attorney name puns, but for inside jokes. Okay, so more of them. Salmaneater. TTS girl. There we go. Ku won to Tiff Tory. These are so long. Tyson F. Man, and Nave Pulane. Crap. I'm not good at deciphering these, but I'm sure they're all brilliant. I will vote for TTS girl, even though when I first read that first name, I'm like, is this something I'm allowed to say? Huh? What?
It's been good. Just been thinking about stream and I've been missing my buddy Logan and this dope chat. I'm going to a concert this week, so I'll be in a lot more streams, hopefully, since I'll have the week off.
Nice! Hang on. Huh?
Gaval, choose your next words carefully. They may be your last.
Thank you both, Jorge and Tiff, for the 10 bits each. First of all, Jorge, do you mind if I ask, like, who you're going to go see in concert? That's awesome. And I'm excited if you get to hang out for more times in the chat, because we have missed you. You're awesome, Jorge. I hope you have a ton of fun at the concert. And thank you so much for those 10 bits. And Tiff, I am worried. I think Gavel is going to fire Gumshoe. I'm worried that maybe that's the reason why that we don't see Gumshoe in Ace Attorney 4, 5, or 6. That maybe he's fired And maybe that's why Emma Sky's taken over. And maybe he still gets to be like Edgeworth's assistant, but is no longer actually a part of the police. But I'm very worried because I don't think he can take care of himself without his job. He will probably starve, and that will be very sad. But thank you both, Jorge and Tiff, for the 10 bits each. I really, really appreciate it. We got a pin message that says salmon eater. Best I can think of for beef longa. Oh, that's right, because he caught and ate the salmon that stole his wife. TTS girl. Oh, quote 253. Quote 253. Oh, that's really clever. See, Tis of man. Oh, that's mantis backwards. Said, and then never playin'. Oh, for never playin' fuga. Oh, that's really good. Thank you very much for the pin message and for the explanations on those oak. I appreciate that. All right, so let's play a little bit, and then we will be back to the chat in just a minute. Let me have a sip of water here. Oh, but over on YouTube, Jeno said, now Gumshoe's gonna have to eat rocks for dinner every weekend instead of, every weekday instead of every weekend. I'd like to think that what Gumshoe does when he runs out of food is he takes a piece of paper and he draws food, like, hey, I'm just gonna draw me a big old turkey leg. Oh, that looks so good. And then he just like eats the paper. He's like, hey, yum, yum. My imagination makes it taste good. Oh, and the poll is done, and TTS Girl won with 70% of the vote, and Oak contributing 40 channel points. Maybe that's her name. Maybe TTS Girl is her name. But thank you very much. I should play some game. Okay, so she's threatening Gumshoe. Tiff is gonna kill Gavel. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. Ha ha ha. Oh no, Gubby's badge is on the line too! Hey, little does she know I'm not even circumvented. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. Edgeworth, say this out loud! Gumshoe needs to know that you really care about him. Also, it's good to know that he only circumvented the law. He didn't break the law. I will enter that fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However... Objection! Oh, is that winner? Yeah. Bad luck, idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless. Mr. Winner, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is butt. It's a big butt. It smells like butt. Oh, there's one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Okay, I mean, a couple of thoughts here. Dogs and cats, like canine animals, if they attack something that is prey and there's blood, they'll lap it up. They'll drink. I don't want to say drink the blood because it makes them sound like a vampire. But yeah, like if a dog kills something that it considers prey and there's a blood, it'll lick it up. But of course we know that isn't what happened. We believe that a page was torn out of the newspaper to wipe up the blood and was flushed down the toilet. I still think that it's probably whoever was disguised as the guard. I want to say Lagarde, but why would she need to? I guess she could disguise herself as a guard. I don't know. But it might be Carcerado might have gone. Oh, okay. So maybe Lagarde sent the animal in and to kill him, and Sawwheat covered the animal in mud so it would be undetectable on the cameras, and Carcerado went in disguise and cleaned it. Well, Sawwheat could have gone in because his bracelet wasn't working. So that makes more sense than Carcerado. But okay, so Carcerado just dug the tunnel, and that's how he's involved. Sawwheat, okay, yeah, so this is going to be a thing where everybody did it. Everybody's guilty. Except Simeon Saint. Everybody else did it. Huh?
Also, why can they use evidence from the security footage, but we can?
Yes, that's what I was saying. She was like, I don't remember from last time why that was not admissible. Does anybody remember what her reasoning was last time? But thank you very much, Tiff, for the 10 bits. I think that is unfair. I'm starting to think that Gavel might be a bad guy, Tiff. A little bit. All right, let's play a little bit more until we get some background music, and then I will read some more in the chat and slowly get caught up again. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Oh! What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog? Oh, you're a joke.
You have wiped that blood. You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Oh, yes, Helmut. Yes, you would.
Is he helping us? Why is he helping us? Let me read a couple comments in the chat. I mean, I don't think he's guilty. I think he just knows, though, that Gavel's got the wrong person, and maybe, you know, even though he's a killer, he's like, when he doesn't want people that he wasn't paid to kill to die. Maybe he's just one of those guys, you know, another personal kid. I don't hate you. Okay, let me read a couple comments in the chat because I'm probably still at least a half hour behind. Nora says, since I colored in this girl's hair black and the color keeps rubbing off on my hand and I need to wash my hands now, I fear. Why do you fear? It's not that traumatic of a thing to wash your hands usually. Can we get it with the
So another killer?
I think so. I think you can have like these assassins that have their own like code of honor. I mean, because look, he clearly loves his dog. It's not like he just wants to kill everybody and everything. And so I'm sure there are probably some people out there he does not want dead. So yeah, maybe he's got like his own weird twisted moral code, but a moral code nonetheless. Maybe. I think. Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Quick Kid has said first testimony time. Don't worry, Logan. I have the guide. Just yell potato anytime tonight, and I will deliver. Please pin Vero. You'll deliver my potatoes. Oak said to Nora, bro fears washing hands. Nora said, no, it's just annoying. And then some with duty commands. Oak says, I love Eustace's voice. It's my brother's birthday today. Happy birthday to Oak's brother! Huh?
Lawful evil.
Is that how it works? I actually don't understand all the D&D alignments, because I feel like he's broken the law. Maybe he could be, actually, I don't know. Does that work? I don't know enough about D&D alignments, but I do like the idea of that type of a thing. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I do appreciate that. Let me read just a couple more quick comments and we will get back into the game. But Doc says happy birthday. Oak says he's 22 now. Yeah, so happy birthday to Oak's brother. Happy birthday to Oak's brother. Happy 23rd birthday to Oak's brother. Happy birthday to Oak's brother. With the ba-ba-ba-ba.
Lawful can mean you stick to your own set of fools.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't need to be like the actual law. Oh, I should have known. I should have known to check with you, Jorge, because you are like one of our resident D&D experts. So you picked the perfect time to get here since we just had a D&D question on our hands. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Oh, hang on. The thing is up, Twitch Guru.
Lawful character have a code that they follow. It doesn't matter if it's against the law.
So it's good to know. So thank you, Tiff, as well. So I am the only person who didn't know this. So both Jorge and Tiff knew that. No, I'm learning. I do like that. So yeah, so lawful evil. So he does evil things, but he has his own code. Those are fun characters. That's a fun character archetype. I approve of that. Thank you very much, Jorge and Tiff. I mean, I approve of that character archetype, not of killing people. I don't approve of that. And sorry that apparently the Logan Clip Roulette didn't work. Again, I had to take it down. Maybe Twitch Guru is just down. It might be just broken right now in general. And so I'm sorry for that. But let me read just one more comment, then we'll get back in the game. Actually, two comments, because one of them is short right after this. Doc says, Canis isn't the only blind one here. Gasp. Edgeworth, are you saying Machi Tobai is here and he's the real killer? Why not? He was arrested at one point. Can we say that this took place during the... Wait, no, because that's like... Darn it, that's years later. I was going to say in the timeline, can we say this takes place at the same time and Maki Tobai is over in the detention center as well? But no, darn it. Well, maybe he got arrested like some years before that, even as a younger little kid, for a murder he didn't do. Vera said, whoa. Wow!
Explain a joke. There is no joke.
Thank you very much for that, Rukov, for the 25 bits. I appreciate that. Wait, no, hang on. Was Machi Tobai, was he our client in... I think he was our client in that. Yeah, yes, he was. I had to think about it for a second. But thank you very much, again, for the bits. Rukov and Vera was saying, whoa, happy birthday, referring again to Oak's brother. Okay, let's have a sip of water, and we'll play a little bit of the game, and hopefully eventually get caught up. Oh, and over on YouTube, though, let's see. Opinion is saying, this one is not Eustace's fault. He's not always dumb. No, he does have a point with this one. It's like, was there a person in there? That actually is a legitimate thing he brought up.
Gonna sleep. Have a good and lonely evening.
Does that have to be lonely? I'd prefer it not to be lonely, Rukov. I didn't say Rukov. Thank you so much for the 10 bits. Get some sleep, man. I'm sure you need it. Rest up. You've earned it. You're awesome. Sleep well. And I'll try to have a good one. I will try not to have a lonely one to the best of my ability. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it.
It's your brand.
Not by choice. I would prefer to change my brand. But thank you very much for the 15 bits, an extra nickel in there. Between that extra nickel and the extra penny from Kim earlier, I know I'm 6 cents above whatever the tens digit. But thank you very much, Rukov. Good night, you're awesome. General says he's got too much aura to kill mindlessly. Oh, I like that idea. I like that, yeah. And says, isn't Machi like 7 at this time? Yeah, that'd be hilarious. If they arrested a 7-year-old, I keep saying we need to have like a defendant who's a little kid at some point. Or did we say it was gonna be one little kid or was it gonna be a bunch of kids stacked on their shoulders in a trench coat? I don't even remember. But we need to have a baby murderer. Not a murderer of babies, but a baby who is a murderer, if that wasn't clear. All right, let's play a little bit more of the game here.
You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Helmut. Yes, you would.
What? Oh.
That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know. Never misses a drop. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all.
Saved by an assassin of all people. Oh, geez Louise, you could have just taught the little guy to shake hands.
Oh, he does that marvelously too.
Show us, I want to see an adorable trick.
Although the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox.
I'm assuming that means biting the hand off.
First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand, then
I was right! I'm not listening! No!
I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering.
Your understanding is much appreciated. I was still talking! Wait, I'm not done yet. I just thought... I had a thought. My brain did a noise in my head. I thought of something else. Oh.
Overruled.
Oh boy, someone's taking no prisoners.
Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me?
All yours, Gavel.
Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer! My position is the same as it was yesterday, until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center. I cannot accept your theory into evidence.
Okay, well, we got a tunnel. We got a secret tunnel. This is easy. I'm not getting tripped up on any of these things. Honestly, I feel like I'm being lulled into a false sense of security. Let me read some more in the chat. Hidden Hand says, what? Vera says, shout out is down. Crystal says, and the shout out is stuck. It like failed all 3 times. I'm guessing Twitch Guru is probably just kind of dead for the night. Let's see. Gallop! How you doing, Gallop? Said, I'm setting my OBS for my birthday stream. Like stream Alaris? Alaris. Oh, probably alerts. It's probably typo for alerts, like stream alerts. Oh, that's a good idea, like birthday-related stream alerts? Queen Katie says, classic shout out. Crystal says, sigh. Vera said, that's the point. How do I remember him? He only appeared twice. Because he's awesome, that's why. Crystal says, reading everything but the pin/J. Queen Katie said, in the same way the My Little Pony fandom gets attached to background ponies, super easy, you see them, you think they're neat, then you never stop thinking. I've heard of one of those background ponies that was named Derpy. It was like a gray one with eyes that point different directions. I know that because I knew a girl who cosplayed as a human version of that pony. Crystal says, Twin Katie, oh look, lesbianism ponies. And Nora said, Unlurk Oak is traumatized by the fact that I drew myself as a cat girl for 2/22 being Cat Day in Japan. Queen Katie said, the way that even the lesbian background ponies got a proposal in the background of an episode, then got married in the finale, also in the background. It's a fun time. So the entire arc was all in the background? Veer says, I don't have that big old impression of him laughing, so it was weird that I remembered, well, I'm still proud of you, Vero. Crystal says, Lurk, I'm playing Status. I need some level upping. It's basically Twitter but AI. Is this an actual game? Is it a browser game? What kind of game is this? Vera says, I wanted to check my G1 tier list, and he was in the you didn't stick out to me tier. Aww. But you still ranked him somewhere, so you know him. Oak did a poll, said more AA name puns to chat. There's the name puns. Quick8 said BRB gonna nap the last of my chips. Oak says big day for Dot, swooping in for Batman, YouTube migrant for Hidden Hand, hey loser for Clam. Doc says big day for. Nora says to Oak, when do I get a new one? I think you already had one. Do people get more than one? Oak says, I only do one pun for everyone. You can stay as lesbian. Nora said, but it's incorrect. How so? How so? Hidden Hand says less than 3 and less than 3. Quick8 said, well, I had an answer, but it seems the mods were lurking at the time, so you'll have to find out later when you read it later. I got to it eventually. Crystal said, yes, Logan, we love you less than 3. It's not as encouraging as when you hear like in Avengers Endgame when it's like, I love you 3,000. Because 3,000, I don't know if you guys know this, that's a lot. I love you less than 3 is a lot less. Like a lot less. Let's play a little bit more. I cannot accept your theory into evidence. I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. Let's just save in case the game is a jerk again. It's gonna be it should obviously be the tunnel that we're gonna present, right? I mean, these are like brand new piece of evidence, fresh in our brain pans. This piece of evidence shows how the dog could freely travel between the prison and the detention center. So there we go, secret tunnel! Oh, a colonoscopy. This is, oh, why are there so many spoons and forks and sporks and cups and bowls in your colon? No. It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. Oh. It's a secret passageway. It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carcerotto, escapee. It leads from his prison cell to a certain holding cell in the detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was being held. I gotta say, like, that is a huge hole under that bed. If you search the room for evidence, how do you miss that? There's even chunks of wood all around it. Oh, well, this is certainly a, surprise to think that it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Caddis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled. Mr. Edgeworth, you are out of line. Hold it! How so? Your Honor? I mean, I would prefer more details. Evidence is everything, whether in a court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Isn't that... Why are we always... We're quoting Christoph Gavin again, aren't we? I don't like that. Or was that Edgeworth's catchphrase? What was... I thought it was Christoph's. Isn't that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. You might wonder, is it updated? His autopsy report? When did we get that? What's an autopsy? I don't know things. How do you not know you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. Maybe there's like a dog tooth in his neck or something. Let me read some more in the chat now that we got some background music and noise going on again. Let's see. Nora says, Crystal! Oak says, Logan Big Day 4 is Big Day 4 dotted. Stupid is supposed to be Batman. Vero, please pin. Vero salutes. Crystal says, Nora. Said lurking because me playing status, so my replies be delayed. Well, thank you very much to the lurk, Crystal. I hope the game is going well. Nora said, lurk, I'm gonna draw female Ranma. Doc says, big day for swooping in. Oak said to Doc, big day for. Nora says, is Tiff even here? Yes, Tiff is here. Doc said, big day for swooping in. Tiff says, hi. Nora says, okay, I tried to at you and it didn't show up. I was helping you near the end to win. Quiggity said, I have the guide. Just say the word anytime. Sits and numbs on chips. Tiff says to Nora, oh, sorry about that. I walked away to make food. Thank you. Doc says, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the detention center. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Yay. Avatar The Last Airbender. Nora says, I love Ranma because it's half Wallowa. Queen Katie says, Logan, what are you talking about? You literally compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm flabbergasted. Please pin. Sorry. Doc said, she's literally Maximilian Pegasus. I need to hear Logan say, Yugi boy. Oh, with her voice. Yugi boy. Edgy boy. Edgy boy. Should she have been Yugi boy? Oh, me and my tune cards. No, it would be me. I, along with my... I can't do a Maximilian Pegasus. But I hope that appeased you, Doc. Veer said, add quote, I probably compared lactose intolerance to Yu-Gi-Oh! Doc says, it was everything I wanted and more, Logan. So satisfying, I am now content forever and will stop watching you. No! This is why I should never do things well. Then people will be satisfied and leave. Let me have a sip of water and then we'll get back in the game. Oh, but over on YouTube, Jeno says a couple more comments, said the I had a thought was delivered perfectly thoughtlessly. Oh, thank you. Said poor Sebastian getting bullied by chat and the people around him, though. But, I mean... A, he does deserve it, and B, it's fun. He's an endearing little guy. He deserves to be bullied, and because he doesn't know he's being bullied, I think. Well, except for when he gets like sad and bends his stick and smacks himself in the cheek. Oh, hang on, we'll read a couple more comments because there's a timestamp coming up. Oak says, Ace Attorney name puns, but for inside jokes. Oh, that was the redeem poll there. And Queen Katie's timestamp 10909. I'm over 35 minutes behind. This is so bad. Nora said, Logan, no. Doc said, I'm scared. What just happened to Logan? Oh, that must be when I made the dirty joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There was a pin message from earlier. Queen Katie said, Verity has brain cell and Eustace has a jelly bean. Crystal says, quote, I love a man's boy-yo-yo-yo-yoing. I'm one click away from quoting this, sir. Please don't, Crystal. Please don't. I'll offer you some candy if you ever come over here, you can have candy. Tiff says, do it. Queen Katie said, I can't wait for Logan to realize Crystal is here as well. Okay, well, I see there's a clip. It's probably that, so I'm gonna wait a little bit to watch that clip, and we're gonna play just a little bit more of the game. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat. And the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. Okay, is that just because it's like a puncture wound? Like it could still be a dog tooth? Or did they confirm, like, no, this blade had like an edge to it? It seems that the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. Well, the dog probably went, ha, 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 ha. It's called chewing! As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. But its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. Have we checked to see if Helmut, the dog, or any of the other animals have fake teeth? Because you know, like some people, you'll get like a tooth and you'll get like a metal tooth put in. Any of them have like a knife for a tooth? Can we check the mink shawl around Lagarde? See if it has like daggers in its jaw? In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? But that's impossible! That will be all. This court is adjourned. Wait, does that mean we lose our badge because we didn't win? Objection! But the tunnel! The paw prints! What of them? Helmut is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain, I myself cannot wander quite so freely.
That would be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she'd kicked us in the teeth a little earlier with that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. You are lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the interim autopsy report in question. It will be updated later. I do apologize for the delay.
Oh, wow, someone actually following discovery laws. Yeah, no sweat. Hey, thanks for hooking us up.
Autopsy report data jotted out of my organizer.
The interim report suggests that the cause of death was a stab wound to the neck inflicted by a sharp blade. Death was instantaneous. We still haven't figured out the results of the scrape that was on his head, right? Yep, this all checks out. Yep, oh, yeah, I love these autopsy reports. Let me read a little bit more in the chat because I am still so far behind. Crap, Oak has a clip. I kind of don't want to show this clip because I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be me telling a dirty joke. Yeah, it's titled Logan Gets Freaky and it's from 39 minutes ago. I shouldn't do dirty jokes. I'm sorry. Completely erect like that. No, that's a bad way to say it. I was talking about it suddenly getting really stiff. No, that's a bad way to say it. I was talking about...
I know I am saying these things wrong. It's not an accident. It's for a bit.
Completely erect. Okay, oh crap. It starts over. But at least you included the context that it was for a bit. Thank you very much for that tender mercy in that clip. Thank you very much. Oak Doc says, all with the help of his friend and accomplice, ... in bed. Oh, there's AMC with a hydrant command. Thank you very much, AMC. I will do that right now. How you doing, AMC? Good to see you. Thank you very much. Oak says to Doc, perfect timing, genius. Quikita said, I'd imagine in this scenario, Bronco was like, whoa, that was a freaky dog. Oh, hey, Simeon, nice to see you. You won't believe the crap I just went through. Get me out of here already. Is this pinnable?
Wow, dirty jokes, Logan. I must have been away longer than I thought.
Okay, I regretted it right away, Jorge. What happened is that Eustace Winter, the kid in the red jacket, sometimes when he gets surprised, he goes, oh, like that, and kind of boing like that. And so I jokingly was saying, like, it's fun. It's a funny little thing. So I said, I like his boing, and then I said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said I like a man's boing, and then it just kind of snowballed into a dirty joke. Jorge, please forgive me. Please forgive me, Jorge. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Let me read a couple more comments here. Whoa, what? Z Diggity rated with a party of 4! Okay, let's try the shout out. Twitch Guru wasn't working earlier, so let's see if it'll work this time. We do a Z Diggity clip. And crap. Okay, there's something wrong with Twitch Guru tonight. I don't know if it's just on my end, but everybody, okay, if you don't already follow Z Diggity is phenomenal. You should go follow him. He's a good buddy of mine. We used to do co-streams together. If you watch any of my old, like, Among Us clips, a lot of it was just me tormenting him. And he kind of took some time off from streaming, but he's back now. The two of us were doing some improv this past Saturday, and he's just a great, funny guy. He is a better streamer than I could ever be. Seriously, he's chill, he's cool, he's fun. Go give him a follow. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom of the chat where the raid is happening because Zach, I am so far behind in the chat. This keeps happening. I'm about a half hour behind in the chat because I must read every comment out loud. And so I'm gonna scroll down to where the raid happened and say hi. Hi raiders, by the way. I don't know if you're all people that I know or if there's anyone I don't know if I don't know you. My name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. However, as I said before, we might be adding some Saturday streams in March, perhaps to play the game Split Fiction with my good buddy Chief Asian. So that could be some fun stuff. Someone might have already done this, but let me put the link tree into the chat. This has a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all the good stuff. Zach says, I brought 4. Is yours not working either? Mine isn't producing sound. Okay, so yeah, I do think it's a problem with Twitch Guru. We've had issues where some clips that get made kind of more recently don't work, but like we've tried it multiple times tonight and it has not worked at all. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm sorry, but everybody go follow Z Diggity. He's great. Z Diggity says that is not true at all. Lol. Seriously, Zach is good. For a while, he was the Kakarot. He was the Zakarot to my Vegeta. Let's see. Jorge say, what was that? Oh, Z Diggity, thank you so much for re-upping the sub. 29 months. That is over 3 subscription babies. Thank you so much, Zach. I mean, Z Diggity, Z. Chief Asian doesn't like it when I say real people names. Am I allowed to say real people names? Thank you so much for re-upping the sub. Thank you. And for using your Prime on this channel. I actually saw that you were live when I was getting ready to go live, and I was thinking, I hope Zach will still be live when we get done so I can raid Zach. I'm sorry, I couldn't raid you. Sorry. Jorge says, oh yeah, I'm also in a new D&D game, so I'm looking forward to that. Nice. And there is Z Diggity re-upping the sub. Doc says, Logan time like adventure time. Z Diggity says, I'm back. Vera says, you don't have a bullman? Though? What's a bullman? Quickita said, okay, looks like it is Twitch Guru with issues. I tested mine and instantly got my... Wait. And instantly got my favorite P3R clip of yours? Oh, because you're using the other one. Z Diggity says, you can call me Zach Lockle. Okay, we gotta call him Zach Lockle. Let's see. Oh, Vera said, oh, Bulma with the asterisk. Okay, so crap. Who's our Bulma? Who's our Bulma? Zach? Is Chief Asian our Bulma? Quickita said, my shout-out viewer is all good, is what I mean. Doc says, how is Logan at the bottom of chat? Because like when a raid happens, I have an overlay. I can look at the very bottom of the chat, and then I'll scroll back up to where I left off. Because I am smart sometimes. Oak said to Doc, sometimes when there is a raid, Logan will scroll to the bottom of the chat, hang out with people before going back up. Tiff says, I'm gonna go eat now night. Oh crap, is it because I got to the bottom of the chat? Good night, Tiff. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out with us and for expressing your affinity for both Bulkhead and your defense of Gumshoe. Z Diggity says, Doc says, all right, yes. Z Diggity says, anyone here want to be our Bulma? Yeah, okay, we'll take applications. Who wants to be our Bulma? Wait, crap. Zach, you know what that means though, huh?
It is I. TTS lady is your Bulma because I'm a robot and a girl.
Hey! And if I'm the Vegeta, that means that you're my wife, TTS girl. And yes, TTS girl, we're married now. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. Let's see. And Vera says, night rest well to Tiff. Zach smiling. Oak said, good night, Tiff. And Oak said, Z Diggity, sure, I'll be Bulma. Maybe all of chat, in the entirety of chat, can be my Bulma. But there we go. Okay, I should scroll back up to where the chat left off. But thank you again for the raid. How crap, I didn't even ask you. How was your stream? What were you playing? Were you playing more Fortnite tonight? I hope it went well, and I hope you had fun. Zach was playing some Fortnite the other day, and I popped in really quickly just in time to see him and our another friend of our community, Wonder Mama 1, win. They won. They killed everybody. Everybody was dead. But okay, let's play a little bit of the game, and then we will get back to the chat, and hopefully I'll catch up eventually because, as I said, I'm like a half hour behind. Yep, this all checks out. Yep.
Mr. Fender, a handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know.
Hey, he was going for a hug, lady.
So please, feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all.
Oh, he's probably doing the thing where it's like his thumb rubbing on her hand flesh. Oh, just trying to be friendly, Your Honor.
Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel.
Oh, all right. Okay, I got it. All right. Nice work, Gavel. It's just like we planned. Yeah.
I did only as you instructed, Eustace, but thank you. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But if the dog didn't kill Knight, then that takes Canis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest.
Watch her move, sir. I think she really means it this time. What do you think, Detective? Oh, we're actually asking Gumshoe for his thoughts? Oh, no, it's rhetoric. What do you think, Detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. Yeah, he's got determination. Bow, bow, bow. Also, how are we already at the 2-hour mark of the stream? I have accomplished nothing. See, over on YouTube, Opinion saying, the less often someone makes dirty jokes, the funnier it is when they do. Okay, so it was okay that I did that. I was hoping that Zach wouldn't know. Zach, I made a dirty joke. I shouldn't have made a dirty joke. I feel bad about it. Let's see. I gotta read some more in the chat. Crystal says, I'm saving the quote for later, Tiff. Nora said, sickly Victorian child blue-haired Igus from Evangelion. Yeah, Rei Ayanami. I love her. Oak says to Vero, Laurel or Yanni. Vera says Laurel. Nora says, I could voluntarily switch back and forth from hearing each. Doc says, I can hear both Yanni and both Laurel and Yanni. Yeah, the real question, what color do you see in that dress? I feel like that's a lighting issue though, right? Oak said, I could never hear Brainstorm. It's only Green Needle for me, but with Yanni Laurel, I can hear both. Vera said, forgot to add both. Nora said, I'm not voting because I could choose, which I heard. Oak said, black and blue. Nora says to Doc, blue and black. Anyone who says otherwise is saying it for attention because it's physically not possible. Quickita says, I actually don't know, and even if I heard it, odds are my deaf self wouldn't even process it correctly, lol, because I have a downgraded I had a downgraded processor back then. Oak says, shake my heads, mods miss my other pull redeem. Doc says, then you guys are gonna hate me because I genuinely see gold and white, but I'm not here to fight. That's what I see. I could see both, honestly. I do think that a lot of it is, it's a lighting issue, right? Because like things look different colors depending on the light, right? Nora said, did Logan just say heroin? Not like the drug, it was the heroine of the story. The female hero. Nora says to Doc, you're a liar. Doc says, tell it to my eyes. Nora said, talks in front of your eyes. You're both liars. Oak says to Doc, the reason people see white and gold is because their brain is processing light differently. They see the literal colors instead of their brain adjusting for the lighting. The dress is black and blue, but the light shining on it makes the blue look white and the black look gold to some people. Oak said to Nora, both? Bro, I agree with you. Doc says to Oak, this is true and I knew that. I am the people who processes the light different. Hashtag swag. Oak said to Doc, you are the people who process light wrong. I am sorry, we still love you. Nora said, Oak, I was talking to both of their eyes. Doc said, Oak, I like to think I just have special eyes. Oak said, Vero, could you do my second poll redeem? And it was Ace Attorney name puns. We got the list right there. Vera said, oh wait, I don't see it. Let me double check. Nora says, Edgeworth has a blunt. Vera says, aha! There was Jorge with the re-up of the sub. Thank you again, Jorge, for re-up of the sub. Oak says, Gumshoe has a praise kink. I think just Gumshoe has low self-esteem and would appreciate Edgeworth being nice to him. I think that's really all it is. Nora says, Jorge. Oak says, Jorge. Jorge said, hey, Chad, it's been a long while. Sorry about that, lol. You know what? Here's the thing, Jorge, no matter how long it ever is, it'll always be wonderful seeing you back here because we love you and appreciate you. Quick said, guys, I clipped that. Don't worry, fellas. Crap, what did you clip? Doc says, hello. Huh? Huh?
Do you think people who see white and gold also see the special shrimp colors that we learn about once?
What was the, what kind of light was required? Like, for shrimp colors. Have we talked about? Here's the thing that gets me. Did you guys hear that apparently, like human beings, that we have stripes on our skin, but it's like only picked up by powerful UV light or something like that. But certain animals that they can actually register that in their eyeballs can see stripes on us. Have you seen like pictures that will be like a picture of someone's back? It'll be like swirly little stripy patterns. So they're not like just like uniform little perfectly straight line, but they're like, we have stripes. People, we got stripes. So I don't know, Doc, can you see stripes on people? Are you able to? Probably not on my camera because it's like just going through the camera light, but in real life, can you see stripes on people? But thank you very much, Jorge, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm worried what Queen Katie clipped, but let's play a little bit of the game and then we'll be back to the chat. Hopefully I'm slowly catching up soon. My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. I will see my duty. Duty done. Huh?
It's the cones. They have 12 more color cones than we do. Also, I'm so glad we have stripes. I hope mine do that super S from elementary school.
Oh, I loved. Okay, so when I was in, I can't remember if it was like late junior high or early high school, I had like a little superhero character that I would draw. Because I love doodling in the margins of my notebooks in school. And one of them like it had that S as the pattern, and I thought it was so cool. But then as an adult, it's like, man, if I had ever tried to like market this character to be worthless, because it's like you can't use that as a logo. That belongs to everybody. But yes, I love that S. I love that S design. And thank you very much for the 10 bits. But yeah, because the rods and cones, I think it's a similar thing with like cats. How because they have better night vision, they have like worse colors than us, I think. I don't know. I don't understand how eyeballs work. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. All right, let's play a little bit more. And I will not be intimidated.
Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread.
Then let it fall if it must. Are you gumshoes as well, Miles? I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client.
The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy.
Hold it!
Oh, hold it. Hey, attaboy Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you.
I gotta pay more attention. The next time we see him on the other side, is his pocket always over his right chest area? Or does that switch sides? Same with like his tie clip. Do they switch sides? The bow on his hat. Does he just like flip 180 degrees? Because I think that's how it was with what was her name? Tabby, that she just mirror imaged, right? The lettering on her stuff didn't change. Like it did change, it like flipped, like it wasn't a different. Anyway, I'll stop talking.
Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man though. He's the one who said it first.
My father?
In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You said that you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Sure hope I'm not gonna be a murderer later. That'd be really sad since we bonded so much.
Thank you, Fender.
All right, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was offed with a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart?
Oh, crap, let's save, because I feel like it's gonna ask me questions.
A bladed weapon?
Of course! Hang on. What, of course what? I don't know, are we trying to say that a tooth could be a bladed weapon? Should I look through my evidence? Do we have anything in the evidence that could be a bladed weapon? A prosecutor's badge, I don't know. Okay, so we have the map of the facility, the chess set, the rope, his dead body, the glove, the tarp, the doors, the cuff, maybe, if it's open? Chess pieces, security camera footage. The key! The key could be a bladed weapon! Hey, how about that? Of course! Oh, or chisel. I thought I was being smart, thinking it was a key. It's not a key, it's a chisel.
There were 5 chisels in Canis's cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have you quite finished? It would be in your best interest to consider... I was still talking. Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it's true. So, the murder weapon was a sharp blade? Then where is it? The guards didn't find it.
Well, if it's one of the chisels, that would be easy enough to prove. We just take them all and douse them with luminol. Well, except no, because Canis is probably a good enough assassin that he would know how to clean them completely to remove blood residue, maybe?
Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at?
What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time. Indeed, it was one of Mr. Canis's chisels!
The game didn't even give me the choice to pick that, which makes me think it's wrong. Okay, let me have a sip of water and I'll read some more in the chat while we got this really dynamic picture here. See, Crystal says, Jorge is awesome and cool and great and amazing and best and everything good. I agree. Jorge, you're all those things and more. Oku saying, oh, that was pinned earlier. And Queen Katie with a clip. All right, crap. Let's see what this clip is from Queen Katie. I'm a bit worried. I feel like the clips so far tonight have not depicted me in the most favorable light. And darn it, it says I'm already an hour behind again. Oh, it's titled The Blunt and Honest Gummy. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. Is this gonna be that that carpet song that I don't know the?
Is a certain blunt.
Oh, it's this part. Ah, as Oak was saying in those lyrics.
I
It's
mean, a
after
blunt
that. There we go.
instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. Isn't that right, Gumshoe? Who's a blunt instrument? I don't know who he's talking about. Oh, I wish he would praise me like he praises that blunt instrument.
The detective, how very unfortunate for him.
Okay, so that was fun.
Gumshoe?
That was a fun one. That doesn't depict me poorly. Thank you, Queen Katie. Thank you for being nice to me. I appreciate that. Nora said, oh, I did not read that as TTS girl. Doc says, quote 253's name is legit something from Spirit of Justice. They're all Kuranese names. Oak said to Doc, as someone pretty much exclusively inspired by Spirit of Justice is the only game I was mostly here for. I thank you. Hori said, I'm going to be seeing Tyler, the Creator. He dropped an album last year that quickly became my most listened to album in a month, and I had to get these tickets. I feel cool now because I recognize that name. I'm not cool enough to know his music, but I recognize the name. I know that that's a person. So I hope you have an awesome time there, Jorge. I'm excited for you. Let's see, over on YouTube, let's see. Jeno says, I used to be able to see black and blue, but once I was able to force myself to see white and gold, and I could never see black and blue again. It's like those, have you ever seen those things? It'll be like an image, like an optical illusion where it looks like nothing, and then you realize, like, oh, it's a dog. You just gotta look at the negative space, and then you can't stop seeing the dog. It's like, I don't know if that makes sense the way I described it, but it's one of those things. Let's see, Queen Gator said, Logan, I would like to note this. Gummy was in the Apollo Justice flashback during the case where Feeney lost his badge, and that's in the future. Okay, I had forgotten about that, so thank you. So I don't need to worry as much about Gumshoe. He is still a detective, at least in that part of the future. But then, like, years later, he's probably dead. He's died of a heart attack. I don't know of what. Maybe Kira wrote his name in the death note. I'm not sure. Nora said, Oak, why did you write the TTS girl name pun like that? Oak said, what's wrong with TTS girl? That is a real name. Doc says, I'm going to say something mostly vulgar. Be prepared. You see that? There we go. You wrote that, Doc. That's what I thought that was supposed to be. Nora said, I did not read TTS Girl, I fear. Oak said to Doc, I'm that. Doc says, no, I'm Radio Rebel. Tiff says, Gumworth for the win. Nora said, Radio Rebel mentioned. Oak said to Doc, oh yeah, while you were gone, Logan got really into circumcision. Doc says, 1, Gumworth. 2, Logan got into what? Quiggin said, my boy Eustace. Nora said to Oak, I just remembered my really tragic quote from yesterday when I was drawing. Oak said to Doc, in mouthwashing, he stabbed Daisuke in the crotch with an axe and yelled, welcome to the Jewish tradition. Quicken said, oh, here's some funny Pete coming soon, lol. Hori says, dogs will eat everything. Blood isn't an exception. That's a good point, too. I mean, there's even like a saying of returning to your old vices and bad habits, where it's like an archaic saying where you say return to them like a dog turning to his vomit, meaning a dog will throw up and then go, oh, what's that? That looks good. Nom, 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 nom. So yes, dogs will eat anything. Nora said, Oak, does this quote go to the grave or does it get shared in chat? AMC said, Logan, you are a vampire. I have seen how you eat Fun Dip. That is the vampire test? Really? Tiff says, Caddis is our guy. That's why. Crystal says, shout out, please work. Nora said, Oak, oh wait, tell your brother I say happy birthday. And Crystal says, please. Doc said, lawful evil is like morally evil, but adheres to a rule set. So it's not like the law, but any strict rule. See, I didn't know that, so I learned. Crystal says, no. And Oak says, thank you. And I should get back into the game because I don't know if this swirling stuff is maybe making you guys motion sick. It might make you dizzy or something like that. I should play some actual game. Okay, so where are we now? It was one of Mr. Caddis's chisels. What? Oh, why do I keep bending that when it always hurts me? Why do the things I love hurt my cheeks?
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, I thought it was going to be Lagarde, but we have to be close to the end of this case by this point. And it feels like we wouldn't be spending this much time on Canis if it wasn't him. You know, I'm going to be obstinate. I'm going to be stubborn. I'm going to say it's not him. I'm going to still say it's Lagarde.
You have repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog.
And again,
Fun Dip is a vampire test? Did you just put your canines into the package and vacuum the powder up?
let me see. I still have a pack over here from the box that Weedle sent me. Yeah, all I do is I just eat it like this. Blah, blah. Now, excuse me while I go sleep in a coffin. I have to say that at the end of drinking the fun dip. That is how it works. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Jorge. I don't think there was anything vampiric about that. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration. I think we're just making assumptions here that are not necessarily true. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and in the bedroom. I mean, at the scene of the crime. And in the bedroom. If the murder weapon was, in fact, a chisel, then yes, the murderer could not have been the dog. But that begs the question of what exactly it was we saw in the security footage. I still think that was an animal, and probably Lagarde's mink, slathered in mud by Sahwit. Although the alligator probably factors into things too, because that was way too specific. But I don't know if an alligator can be as spry and nimble as that blur was. Oh yeah, the security footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? Oh crap, I gotta save. Oh, I can't save. Oh, thank you, game. Thank you for letting me save. Thank you. Usually that button disappears when I gotta make a choice that hit points are on the line. Oh, thank you, game. An excellent question. The footage shows the dog killing somebody. The dog is jumping on somebody. Or somebody attacking the dog. I wish from our, planner we could review the footage and watch it. The dog killing somebody. Well, nobody else has turned up dead, right? I think Carcerado might be dead, but this, took place before that, yeah? The dog jumping on somebody. I assume we mean, or somebody attacking the dog. I'm gonna say the dog jumping on somebody. Mr. Caddis's dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't. So maybe that's where the scrape on his head came from? No, Knight was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through the tunnel. He dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master. Oh, I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job. Daddy could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Okay, let's order luminol testing then. Correct. Wow! I should read some more in the chat. I'm assuming that means I'm still behind. Thank you very much for the Tomcat, Oak. Oh, I miss the days when Oak was too nice to use a Tomcat. Oh, hang on. I feel like I have a sneeze coming on. Darn it, I think I lost it. Queen Kitty said the poor shout out is a gross Danganronpa clip breaking it. Aww. Crystal says shout out is down again, sigh. Nora said to Queen Katie, good, there can't be any Danganronpa clips when Nora is here. That's right, because there could be spoilers in them, Nora. You need to play that game. Crystal said to Queen Katie that one-handed Danganronpa character. Queen Katie said, technically, isn't Machi like a very tiny child at this time in the timeline? We need to defend a baby in one of these games. Doc said, Machi Tobai, 3 years old, convicted of vehicular manslaughter or something. Oh, I'd love it. Oak says to Dot, ooh, that happened to me once. I was convicted of vehicular manslaughter at age 3. I rode my tricycle too hard. That's when Rukop went to bed. Nora said goodnight, Rukop. Oak said goodnight, Rukop. Doc says goodnight. AMC says Logan is guilty. He committed the murder. Tiff says night, Rukop. Oak said, does anyone have any ideas for Logan Robo moments I should make an animation of? I don't know. The moment I most recently reviewed in my old VODs is when I tried to clean the lens of my webcam. Nora said, I have to swim in gym tomorrow. That sounds awful. My high school didn't have a swimming pool, so I never had to. I am not buoyant. I would probably sink. Quiggy said, when I was replaying this case, I laughed out loud at this moment when Eustace was just flabbergasted at the reveal that Helmut is in fact a housekeeper in the most literal sense. The poor boy literally crashed out in the fan translation, I think. Doc says, Saved by an Assassin is a Wattpad story. Eustace's little ahoge thing is actually just an exposed nerve ending. Oh, it's kind of like, Doc, have you watched Smiling Friends? Isn't that Pim's thing that the little hair coming out the top of his head is actually a nerve ending? Oak says, secret tunnel, secret tunnel. I don't remember the rest of the words. Quinkator said it has its own little bones in it. Vera said, did you just say secret tunnel? Secret tunnel. Doc says, secret tunnel. Tiff says to Doc, I'm going to pull on it. Oak says, also, quote, I don't remember the rest of the words. It's literally the rest of the lyrics of the song. Doc says to Tiff, okay, but he's going to go, youch, and then shoot up. Tiff says to Doc, and I'm sure the rest of the people who like Eustace will like his funny reaction. So win-win. Doc says win-win. Quinkator said captions, gonna not blast my chips. Captions, how could you ruin my words? Okay. We should play some. We should play some game. This game specifically. Actually, no, hang on. I see a clip coming up, and the clip will have a timestamp, so I'll be able to see how far behind I am. So let's just get to that point, then we'll play some game. I promise, lurkers, I love you. I love you. We do play games eventually. I will get to the game. Oak said, to be honest, loving someone 3,000 is kind of low for being their dad. Like, if you were a kid and you only loved them 3,000, that'd be a little low. I mean, it depends on what, like, the maximum range of love is. If it's infinite, then any number is going to be infinitely low. Vera said, I forgot to say, but I'm lurking to sketch stuff. Thank you for the lurk, Vera. You still got to post your sketches. Didn't you draw a Megatron sketch? I want to see it. Quinkator says, ooh, good luck. I myself was busting with art today, so please stretch every now and then, Vero. Okay. Oak posted a clip. Let's see what time this clip was posted. How long ago? 38 minutes ago. I've caught up a little bit. So we'll watch this real quick and then we'll get back to the game. This clip is titled colon 3. Oh, a colonoscopy. This is, oh, why are there so many spoons and forks and sporks and cups and bowls in your colon? Oh, a colonoscopy. Oh, and that's where it cuts out right there. Thank you very much for the clip. I do appreciate that. Okay, so we know I'm 38 minutes-ish behind in the chat. Not too bad compared to normal, so I can go with that. Correct! You body harmer Canis! You're the only one who could have done it!
Objection!
Huh? Is that winner? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? F. Except he says the F word. Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others. You know what, when I do this, I'm actually framing this little carving pretty well as a picture. Are you asking me or confessing to what's on yours? As I should have said that out loud. I basically was saying, no, you, it's not my report card, it's yours. Actually, I'm glad I did not say that out loud, as I think more on it that was terrible. We already searched Mr. Canis' cell from top to bottom. Oh, sorry, used to saying it. We already searched Mr. Canis' cell from top to bottom. Right, Gavel? Did they test everything for luminol? And look, there's the chisel that was gone there. Yes, we even inspected his chisels. All 4 of them. Ah, but we know about the 5th chisel. There wasn't a single speck of blood. Hold it! Why, thank you, Your Honor. You have just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh yeah, I remember counting them, definitely 5. I just want you to know I'm still here. I've been paying attention. K. Faraday pays attention and can count to 5. And the one that's missing is the small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Canis, where did you hide that chisel? A pocket chisel? And what use might I have for such a thing? I am rarely allowed to leave my cell. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Yes, you've dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. You seem to have an idea where this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you enlighten us? Yeah, okay. Is this case gonna be super long? Because this is giving me flashbacks to the last case when we were so certain it was Tabby Lloyd, and then it turned out we were wrong. Oh crap! For a man who can't leave his cell of his own volition, Canis could only have hidden the chisel here. In maximum security? In his cell, that's where this is, right? I think? Hit points are on the line. I don't know when the last time was I saved. I need to save more often.
Mr. Caddis is still a prisoner. Despite the comfort he enjoys, he is rarely allowed out of his cell.
But his dog is. He can tie it to the dog's collar or whatever, and the dog could take it somewhere.
He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere.
Ah, there we go.
But that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels. Who's counting? I am. I already told you I'm counting to 5. A fact he took full advantage of.
Oh, the old keep the incriminating evidence close routine. Classic.
Objection!
But I looked. I searched the whole cell myself. The whole cell? My cell? Those words sound similar. And there's just nowhere he could have hidden it.
Objection!
Yeah, is it gonna be like inside of the dog chest piece? It's kind of bigger than the other ones. How big was the chisel? I can't remember.
I am certain that the murder weapon is here, and that the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner.
Okay, so we're pretty certain that last thing I said was correct. So let's save, because we're gonna get this wrong. So it sounds like all my theories for this case were completely wrong. But let's read a few more comments in the chat. Vera says, yes, sir. Quinkita said, I just realized something, chat. Wouldn't Kristoff also have an animal during his jail time? I would like to think all of the past convicts would. Did we even guess who one of them had as an animal? I think Kristoff Gavin would have one of those dogs with a really long nose. I keep forgetting what they're called. Oak says to Vero, oh yeah, Vero, I forgot about our Transformers animated deal. I can do that tomorrow. Tiff says to Oak, a skunk, cause he stinks, /J, sorry. Timestamp 145, I'm 41 minutes behind in chat. That is not good. Tiff says, whoops. Quickita said, captions. Doc said, be a day for through a peeing in. Huh? Vera said, wait, you're that close to catching up? How close was I? 30-something minutes? Quinkita said, yes, he deserves a skunk. He would still groom it anyway, just to be fancy. Skunks are kind of adorable, though. I've seen videos of, like, domesticated skunks who've been descented. I think they're cute animals. See, Quinkita said, no, I think we just made secret tunnel jokes multiple times this stream. Vera said, aha. Oak says, add quote. No, we're not adding that quote. Nora said, ugh, I can't draw small, and I can't draw bodies. Quinkita said, also, chat, we have a spoiler clip incoming, not the one with the mini rant. This is a very recent clip made today. Crap, Vera, I hit the clip, no! Vera says, fine, I'm adding it. Vero, how could you betray me? Top 10 anime betrayals. Why, Vero? Quinkita said, Phoenix somewhere else. I just sensed a disturbance in the force. Ah, well, probably nothing. Tiff says, yay. Vera says, I return. And there was the raid, so I can scroll down to a little bit to where we were in the raid. Oh, Vera said, I have to relent to chat sometimes. Just when you're done, Vero, make sure you come over here and take the knife out of my back that you plunged into it. You traitor, you. That's okay. We still love you, Vero. Okay, crap. So where did I leave off? I can scroll down a bunch because of the raid now. Because we're talking about someone in chat being our Bulma. And there we go. Yeah, Oak said to Z Diggity, sure, I'll be Bulma. And Z Diggity said, nice. So there we go. I've made some progress in the chat. Let me have a sip of water, and we're going to play a little bit again. And that is the reason why no one has found it yet. Oh, sorry, and that the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. Oh, you don't know? You sound like you knew. There must be a hiding spot he could make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What were you missing? Sorry, what are you missing? He's not showing us out permanently, right? I mean, he's got the bell on his harness, and the chisel had a bell, so is it hidden in his harness? So maybe it's not closed? Let's get out of here, come on!
Run away! Oh no, the bell is still there. Woof. The dog! He hasn't made a sound today. It's in his mouth? When we were here before, he barked and growled repeatedly. Canis even encouraged him to do so. That must be it! I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he hid the murder weapon. We just have to hope he doesn't give him a command to swallow it then. And giving up already. I expected more of you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Hold it! As well you should, if you would give me a moment. For this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon. So it's gonna be just the dog? That's a piece of evidence, I guess, right? Present!
Take that!
Take that! Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. Oh yeah, like last time when... Oh, is she in on this? Mr. Oh no, she wants to see. Okay. Mr. Canis, if you would be so kind as to open Helmut's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he's a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Okay, I mean, that's a good point, except he growled out in the other part of the prison when he saw Edgeworth before, right? Then order him again this instant! It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist, come on, Helmut, open up. And there we have it. A chisel that small was either... What? Eustace, I didn't get to finish reading what Edgeworth said. A chisel that small was easy enough for a dog of his size to... It's not that I'm surprised. I wasn't paying attention. Do dogs have inside their mouths? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? Chisel in the dog. Dog in the chisel. Chisel, dog in the meat on the bone. Bone in on the meat in the chisel. What? I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain has finally caught up. Eustace, why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get a blood test on, or a luminol test, or something on that. Our findings are as follows. Traces of blood were detected on the chisel. What? Okay, so I guess my theories were wrong. It is Canis. That's not as interesting. Wait, hang on. No. We still haven't found Carcerado yet. Let me read some more in the chat, though. Queen Kitty said, BRB, gonna see if I can nab our scream. Zach says, stream went well. C Diggity says, it's a bit lonely right now, but it will take a time to build back up. Feels good to be alive again, though. See, Z Diggity could be lonely, too. It's not my exclusive brand. Vera said, you're doing it, Vera. Z Diggity says, yes. Oak with the timestamp, 2 hours. I'm 33 minutes and 3 seconds behind. Queen Kitty said, I have ice cream. Moonlight says, hi, Logan, hour mark 2:01. I just got home from work. Work was busy. I don't think I got away from the register for anything more than a bathroom break today. Not even like a lunch break or something. I'm sorry, Moonlight, but it's good to see you. Are you unwinding well? Are you enjoying relaxing and not being at work now? Oak says, Moonlight. Moonlight says, hi, Oak. Doc says, shrimp colors. Well, what is he coloring, huh?
What if the dog Koromaru, the victim, just launched at him and sliced him up?
What if the dog has a persona? Because Koromaru, yeah, he's got like the knife in his mouth, and I like that. It's like a ninja dog type of thing. But we haven't decided. Like, he might have an evoker. Oh, except then it'd have to be during the dark hour, and this is like at 10 a.m. But yeah, I like that. Let's see him run around with a chisel on the side of his mouth. Just slashing at things. If he can be trained to keep that in his mouth, I think you could train him to do that. I think that is possible. I think that is feasible. But Koromaru's a good dog, though.
But, he's a good dog. He's just doing what he's commanded. It's Canis that's the bad guy, not him. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. Not Vero, excuse me, Jorge. Sorry, slip of the tongue. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Jorge. Over in YouTube, let's see. Opinion says, funniest reveal this case coming. Why is there a chisel in the dog? She's so silly. Love it so much. I'm glad that you guys are all enjoying this because this is it's weird. It's not what I expected. This case is making me feel dumb. Every time I think I've got something figured out, it's like, nope, I am wrong. But yeah, Doc was saying shrimp colors. Well, what is he coloring? I love it. It's like the shrimp fried rice. Doc, Oak said to Doc, you're telling me a shrimp colored this rice? Ah, there we go. Oak did the reference. And then a duty command. Oak said to Doc, wait, color? Are you British? Oh, because there was a U in it. Doc says, I'm Australian. That is British, but also in prison, right? I think, huh?
And slowly infecting his brain. Everything is my doing. All the bits, all the subs, everything. Also pull up.
Oh, a poll. Thank you very much, Vero, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that time. It was you. So thank you for the 10 bits, Vero. It's like that meme. It was me, Barry, except it was Vero. Okay, current poll. Can the dog stab with a chisel? The options are obviously only this dog or no. Eggman did it. Well, Eggman did pee on the moon, right? I'm going to vote obviously. I believe this dog is fully capable of that, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I've got to be getting close to catching up a chat. But Oak says to Doc, what? And then Doc says, good day. Well, that proves it. You can't say that unless you're Australian, except to quote an Australian. And Vera said, Oak, when not everyone in chat is American. Oak says, holy crap, this is crazy news to me. This makes so much sense. Okay, let me have a sip of water. We're gonna play some game. What? Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? All right, so we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah?
The forensic evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is most likely the case.
Chisel data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, so this makes me think we're this far from over. Maybe, I don't know, I'm so confused. Contains traces of blood hidden by Canis inside his dog's mouth. He has it has a small bell attached to it. Oh, the poll is done, and no Eggman did it won with 67% of the vote, and Crystal contributing 370 channel points. Did Eggman ever, did Dr. Robotnik, I'm a Robotnik truther, I'm sorry, did he ever stab anybody? In those square cube things, or in real lore?
Mr. Canis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself.
Okay, so we're gonna have a cross-examination of him now. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one?
Oh, you never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why does he always laugh like that, even when it's not funny?
Poor Helmut. How could they suspect us? You leave me little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have grown tired of killing. I just prefer injuring. It turns out you can do that to someone more than once.
Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Well, maybe he's already on death row. It's not like they're gonna super execute him.
Very well. The court will hear Mr. Canis's testimony. If you would be so kind.
Gladly.
All right, is this our third testimony? We're making a lot of progress today. Canis's defense. Let's also save our progress because we're over 2.5 hours into the stream. So now is also a good time to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions for later on tonight when we eventually finish. But let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Queen Kitty said, I don't know, Logan. What about Kay's scarf? Doesn't that also flip too? Oh, does it? I gotta pay more attention to that. Oak said to Vero, I understand people living in different places unless it's specifically the UK or Australia. Well, the difference is Australia is a real place, Oak. Doc says, like how I'm up so late and why I'm upside down all the time, why I spell better. I just assumed you were upside down because you were born that way. I don't know. Quick Gator said, also, wow, I regret eating this ice cream. I'm vibrating so much right now. Make me want to get some ice cream. I've got some in the freezer. Jorge said, what is a tooth but a mouth blade? See? See, that's what I'm talking about. Jorge knows what's what. Oak said to Doc, what's it like having to walk around on your head all the time from being upside down? Doc said to Oak, I get lots of headaches, but riding kangaroos helps. Oak said to Doc, that's awesome. Is the pouch comforting? Vera said, I love this chat. Doc said to Oak, we ride them horseback. We keep the koalas in the pouch. I am a bit fascinated, though, by kangaroos, because I saw a nature thing once that was talking about when kangaroos give birth. Like, they don't, like, give birth and then, like, pick up the joey baby and, like, plop it into the pouch. The joey just instinctually, right out of the womb, climb up into the pouch. Humans, when we're born, we're like, do whatever. I have no survival instincts, except crying and pooping and sucking on thumbs and things like that. Oak said, I'm a very stereotypical American. I'm fat and love burgers. Jorge says, oh my gosh, same. Queen Kitty said, and I love you. Vera says, I get love. Queen Kitty said, quote, thank you for being nice to me, end quote. You're not going to say that when you see the incoming spoiler clip after this scene. Nora said, I've been crashing out for the past 20 minutes because I can't draw hands. Okay, here's what you do. You draw a big thing and then 5 smaller wiggly things. Hand. Queen Kitty said, simple Gumshoe got a heart attack from finding out he was, gasp, a child. He was once a child? Oak said to Nora, don't worry, nobody can put the hand behind... nobody can just put the hand behind an object. Oh, and Crystal added a command, Logan, no. Oh, because there's probably already a Logan command. Oh, so he added it as no robo. Let's see. Oak said to Doc, you being Australian makes so much sense. Your art style, you're just so Australian coded. Doc says to Oak, I'm not sure if this one's a compliment or an insult, so I offer a hesitant thanks. Okay, let's play a little bit more. Hopefully we're gonna get close to Queen Katie's spoiler clip so we can see what it was that I apparently got right. Let's hear the boss's testimony.
Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been.
Okay, that part's easy. Obviously, Knight was silenced in order to cover up the scandal of the fact that the assassination attempt on the king of Zhengfa was staged.
I never knew this Knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever. Certainly was not playing chess with him through the mail.
This is gonna be too easy. We'll press every statement and present that.
Given that this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead?
Is Edgeworth seriously gonna present the motive that he was winning at chess and Canis is just a really sore loser?
Could it be you are suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmut only bears his fangs when I tell him to. I am not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know. I mean, when he puts it that way. An assassin who only kills his acquaintances? Not the soundest business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake? That's not my style.
See, it's like we were saying, or like you guys accurately pointed out that he's lawful evil.
So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover.
Discover nothing, you know this, Edgeworth. Don't be dumb.
Rebuttal Canis's defense.
You guys know the drill. We press on everything and then we will present evidence.
Perhaps you might begin with the
Joeys are born into the pouches of their mothers. There's a duct that they are navigated through, and when they get to the pouch, they're jelly bean
maybe that's
size.
what it is.
Then they drink milk and grow strong and eventually learn to leave the couch, but in a way they're just like us, just chilling until they can walk.
Maybe that was it. Maybe they navigate the duct. Maybe that's what it was. I just distinctly remembered like seeing a nature video like born and then crawling. They were ambulating. They were scuttling and scurrying like a tiny bald little rodent baby. So thank you very much for the correction on that, Jorge. I appreciate it. Yeah, the adorable little jelly bean size. And yes, they do eventually learn to leave the couch, as well as the pouch. But there's a couch, and pouches are fully furnished. I don't know if you know that.
I remember learning about that from Zubumafu.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is one. I don't think I ever watched Zubumafu. but I have heard of it. So thank you very much, Jorge, for the 2 sets of 10 bits. I appreciate it.
Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been.
Hold it!
I'm puzzled by this focus on motive. Aren't you an assassin? Assassin or not, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't spill blood for nothing. Neither in a professional nor in a private capacity. It's just not how it's done, is it, boy? No, it's not. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever.
Hold it!
You didn't know who he was. That's quite unlike you, Mr. Canis.
Okay, it is possible, though, that even though they had a correspondence of chess, that he did not know that that was Bronco Knight, right?
You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. Perhaps you had a harder time putting me in here than I had realized, but I am no master criminal. That said, you are no run-of-the-mill prisoner either. You're the fixer, correct? I find it highly unlikely that a man in such a position would have no knowledge of the new detainee at all. Then you have a rather inflated idea of my position. I have my connections, yes, but I am not all-knowing. And I knew nothing of Mr. Knight.
All right, let me read a few more comments in the chat, because we know what the evidence is we're going to present. We're just going to take a while to get there. Let's see. Doc says to Oak, not sure if this one is... Oh, I already read that. Queen Kitty said, bad news. The incoming spoiler clip moment now has 2 spoiler clips. Mwehehehe. Logan is funny. Now I am concerned. Nora said to Oak, I'm doing a specific reference, though. Jorge said, more werewolf like that eating method. And, okay, Oak with a clip. So this is not the spoiler clip that Queen Katie was talking about, but let's see what this clip is from Oak. This will also give us a timestamp. See how far behind I'm. 31 minutes. I'm slowly catching up. It's titled, No, Logan, Don't Make Those Sounds. Oh, it's the... The gulping? Now, excuse me while I go sleep in a coffin. I have to say that at the end of drinking the fun dip. That is how it works. Wait, hang on. What was the bad sound? Like seeing my Adam's apple move with that? I can move that a lot. Look at this. Adam's apple moving around. I should try to move it to the beat of the music, but that would take too much concentration and effort. So thank you very much for the quote. Oh crap! I accidentally once again showed my YouTube dashboard over there. You can see that there's not very many people still watching on YouTube, but I am branching out with these multi-streams, and I think there are some people who are watching the streams like after the fact, so that's nice. Oak says to Doc, well, normally it would be an insult, but your art is so good that it turns into a compliment. I don't think Logan is even at the first timestamp yet. He's so far behind. I was never too nice to use Tomcat. I was so evil that I had to manipulate you. To be honest, in hindsight, I wish I manipulated you longer and didn't reveal my plan so much for much longer because it'd be so funny. Nora said, I'm gonna sleep because I'm mad. Kay can't draw hands, and then I need to draw her hand again, and I'm gonna cry, and I don't want to swim tomorrow. I hate swimming in gym. I hate locker rooms. I'm gonna go cry. My head hurts. Good night. Love y'all. Good night, Nora. I'm sorry. The swimming in the locker rooms and all, that sounds awful. I hated that in high school. But you practice hands, and if the hands don't look that great, the hands are hard. You be fine, Nora. We believe in you. Good night. Thank you for being here. Vera said, for once, I want to see the clip of him sitting with the kids from Ultra Despair Girls and not fitting in the group. Is that, I can't remember if that's still pinned in my TikTok or not. I don't think it is. Because I think I tried to get to the point where all the stuff pinned were post the amazing microphone that we have now. Queen Kitty said, just know this, Logan, out of context, you have just made me update my mini rant I wrote out in spoiler chat? You will witness my fury in the future? Doc says, oh, I have watched Smiling Friends. I love Smiling Friends. I do think the first season was a bit better than the second season. Second season was good, but I think there were a couple episodes that were just kind of like, it's fine. but I love smiling friends. Oak said to Nora, good night, Nora. Vera said, rest well. For one, I relate on the art thing. I closed the canvas, though. I did, but I don't like the Meg sketch. Can I still see it, Vero, please? Can I still see it? I'd like to see it, please. Quigita said, question, what's the character limit on Twitch chat messages? Good question. I am not sure. Vera said, gonna try again. Said 500, I'm pretty sure. Quigita said, thank you, I'll do some research. Vera salutes Oak with a timestamp saying 2:22:22. I'm still so behind in chat, and we have just a little over 10 minutes before the 3-hour mark. Vera said, what's your verdict, Queen Katie? Is it as long as the last case in AAI 1? Queen Katie said, let me double check. The other cases for AAI 2 first. Vera said, nah, he means this case, specific case. Oak said, how are we almost 2.5 hours into stream? Queen Katie said, I say no, lol, this case cannot compare. That also means raid suggestions. Beowulf says, hello, Lonely Man Beowulf, how you doing? So good to see you. Beowulf, Z Diggity was here earlier. And Z Diggity also claimed to be lonely, so I'm not the only one. Doc says Beowulf, Oak says Bayo, Beowulf says hello. Queen Kitty said, I'm so sorry, Logan, the upcoming spoiler clip moment now has 3 spoiler clips? Just from things I've been saying now in the last half hour? Vera said, I have to relent to chat sometimes. Oh, I remember that. I gotta be getting close to catching up. Vera said, I'm sorry, buddy, I won't stab you again, maybe. Queen Kitty said, hey, Bayo, we have the best boy here again. And Crystal does quote 499. Oh, looking for some quotes. Crystal says, I forgot what the last quote number was. Queen Katie said, the spoiler clips is incoming, guys. Again, not the mini red one. This is a recent one, 3 at that. And Vera said, you guys make me feel like a harem anime protag. I'm conflicted with Vero. Just think, anyone in chat you could have as a girlfriend or boyfriend. Oak said, Vero, you are a harem anime protag because you were awesome. Queen Katie said, gasp, Logan connecting things? Impossible. Vera said, gasp. Oak said, and everyone loves you. Hori said, he has a chisel in his throat like a sword swallower. Hori, did I ever tell you about how I used to know a guy who, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this guy before, who is like a carnival freak show performer? And he let me try out some of his stuff. And one of the things was he does sword swallowing, which is like real sword swallowing. And one thing that he likes to do with people is like a photo op, is he'll do that, then he'll kneel down, he'll let you pull it out, and he let me do that one time, and it was gross. There was stomach juices on the blade when it came out. Quick Gator says, 3 clips incoming, coming in now, spam time! Okay, so we'll check that out in a minute. Let's play a little bit more, and then we'll get to that spam time. Let the suspense percolate a little bit here.
Given that this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead?
Hold it! You're an assassin! Since when have you needed a motive?
He's a strange man, isn't he, Helmut? Yes, he is. Is he a fool? A genius? It's so hard to say.
Objection! Drop the act, Mr. Caddis, and answer the question!
No, you will answer mine. Who am I, Mr. Edgeworth? Seriously, I just saw a flash of white and I don't remember anything. I'm scared. I am the very same person you caught. An assassin, a murderer for hire. Were I one to kill without rhyme or reason, I would still be free to recite sutras in peace out there.
Oh, that's it? Okay, it got dramatic. I thought he was going to add something to his testimony.
Could it be you are suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead?
Hold it! Of course not! But your dog was trained to kill.
What is this man talking about, Helmut? Why would he say such an awful thing about you? He is a silly man, that's what he is, yes.
Then perhaps he killed the wrong person. That would explain the lack of motive.
Do your precious police dogs attack people willy-nilly? Have some respect, Mr. Edgeworth. If you're going to accuse Helmut of something, at least show us some evidence to back up your claims.
Oh, I would if I had any. Okay, we're almost to the end of these pressing statements, and then we'll present the evidence of the chess thing. But first of all, let's check out the mini clip spam from Queen Katie. If anyone's lurking and doesn't know the deal, Queen Katie keeps meticulous track of any time I guess something that is right or accidentally foreshadow, and then post the clip. So she has 3 clips for something that apparently was this stream, Crystal says, spam them. Katie, Oak says, woo. So let's check out these 3 clips. Let me load them up onto our clip viewer so we can all watch them together. This first clip is titled from 2 hours ago, Yum Yum Evidence. So let's see what this is. All right, let's check out Yum Yum Evidence.
I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it is such an issue. I believe he ate them and then pooped them out.
Oh yeah, because I was in his mouth. That's close to eating.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Also,
He ate him. In the mouth, that's where eating goes. And the next one from Queen Katie is titled Num Num V2. Oh crap, I forgot that they're muted sometimes. I'm sorry, this one's from 41 minutes ago.
Oh, here's some funny peek coming soon, Lau. Jorge says, dogs will eat everything. Blood isn't an exception. That's a good point,
Hey,
too.
dogs will eat everything.
There's even like a saying,
Including chisels.
Returning to your old vices and bad habits, where it's like an archaic saying where you say return to them like a dog turning to his vomit, meaning a dog will throw up and then go, oh, what's that? That looks good. Nom, 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 nom. So yes, dogs will eat anything.
They will, including chisels. We have now learned Oak says freedom. And then one more from Queen Katie titled Woof Woof Logan. I gotta make sure I'm ready to unmute this. There we go.
Yeah, is it gonna be like inside of the dog chest piece? It's kind of bigger than the other ones. How big was the
because it was
chisel? I can't remember.
It wasn't inside the dog chest piece, but it was inside the dog. That makes me think there will be something inside the dog chest piece later. That everything that happened here is a metaphor for what else is happening behind the scenes. Because we still don't know where Carcerado is. There's more to this than seems. I'm still not convinced that he's the actual murderer. I mean, he does have a connection tonight with the whole chess game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he killed him. Because I figure like he'd want his chess partner to still live. Quickita said, okay, slow mode again. Crystal said, not permanently, Oak. Oak said, no, Katie, why? Crystal said, smiling. Doc said, 2 minutes, how cruel. Oak says, I hate you so much. Quinkita said, I was respecting Crystal. Oak said, thank goodness. Jorge said, also, if Edgeworth was a dog owner, he would notice the dog not barking way sooner, because when dogs are quiet, they're hiding something. Ooh, that's a good point. What kind of dog would he have? I want to say a Pomeranian, but I don't know. Maybe it'd be like a Labradoodle or something like that. Maybe some fancy, one of those dogs. Like, I think it's a fancy British breed of dog that just looks like a mop. Like, it's just a big mop dog, something like that. Crystal says, meat on the meat. Magpie says, Magpie is here. I'm well, Logan. I was just late because family was over. Hope you're doing good too. It's the Magpie. You already asked it, but now I'll ask, even though he answered, how are you? You answered, so you don't have to again. But I mean, I can't have that answer if I didn't ask afterwards. It's a Magpie. Good to see you. Jorge says, bone. Wait, no. Crystal says, Magpie. There's another clip. We'll check it out in a minute. Let's try and actually get through this section here that we're doing.
Helmut only bares his fangs when I tell him to.
I'm still a half hour behind. We're like 3 minutes away from the 3 hour mark.
Then you must have done so, didn't you? You ordered Knight's death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you will have to try harder than that. Have you forgotten what I just said? I did not know, Mr. Knight. I did not even know that name. If you are going to insist otherwise, then the least you can do is show us some sort of proof. He must show us some proof, mustn't he, Helmut? Yes, he must. Whether it was Canis or his dog that committed the killing, Knight wouldn't be dead if Canis himself hadn't wanted him to be. So, my first order of business should be to prove that Canis and Knight knew each other.
Okay, so that's gonna be the second statement.
Hey, loser.
Clam! How you doing? So good to see you! Clam, I'm so sad that I just barely found out last night that next Saturday isn't improv. So I don't know if I'm gonna add a stream or not. Chief Asian and I were talking about playing some Split Fiction co-stream, but I don't know what would be a good one-off game to play next week. I'll have to decide before we post the schedule tomorrow. Maybe I'll just have like a Saturday off. Maybe I'll have a Saturday where I sit at home and think about how I should go out and do things. But how you doing, Clam? Thank you for the 10 bits. So good to see you. Okay, we need to catch up some more because we're still almost a half hour behind. We're a minute and a half away from the 3 hour mark. Oak posted another clip. Let's check this out. This clip is titled Eustace What? From 26 minutes ago. Oh, if this is what I think it is, I might have to explain what this is. It's not that I'm surprised. I wasn't paying attention. Do dogs have inside their mouths a chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog?
Yes, this
chisel
part.
in the dog in the chisel. Chisel, dog in the meat on the bone in on the meat in the chisel. What?
Okay, so sorry. Okay, that is a reference to a meme. I assume it's a meme because we certainly did in our chat in the second Danganronpa game, which is the best Danganronpa game. But yeah, sorry, the meat on the bone is a reference to something on there. You can just forget about that, though. That doesn't really matter. But it's a meme. It's a meme from a thing in the thing in the thing. But thank you very much for the clip. I do appreciate it. So that's what Eustace was talking about. Let's see. Quick get with the timestamp 2:33:23. Oak says, I'm so sleepy. I'm going straight to bed after this. Crystal says 2:35. Doc says to Oak, I remember seeing that being like, oh, wow. Felt a bit like Among Us imposter. Oak said to Doc, don't worry, we love you no matter how many crimes you've committed. Doc says 0. The answer is 0. I've committed no crimes. Then why are you in Australia? I thought that's what happens. If you commit a crime, they throw you in Australia. Isn't that what like Captain Cook did or something like that? And in the fictional country of England? Crystal says, Eggman peed on the moon. Oak said, you should commit more crimes. Isn't that the point of Australia? Magpie says, hello, Crystal. I meant to say hi sooner, but slow-mo and I forgot. Crystal says, Robotnik has never touched a knife in the lore, laughing. Doc says, the point of Australia is to sell more sausages. I thought it was to sell money pouches made out of the nethers of kangaroos. Doc said, read that. Oak says to Doc, are you a sausage salesperson? Doc says to Oak, anyone who's been to Bunnings is a sausage salesperson. That must be an Australian thing. I've never heard of Bunnings before. Jorge said, we don't suspect the dog. We suspect you. I don't think the dog should go to prison if he did the murder. He's just being a good boy. He's following orders. Moonlight said, yeah, I'm relaxed and I'm trying to gather the energy to go make food. Queen Gator said, super execution, aka Danganronpa. Maybe that's what it is. If you get convicted of another murder, you still get executed, but in like a more hilarious and potentially ironic to your backstory way. Oak said to Doc, what the F is a Bunnings? Is that like Australian Costco? Doc said, I've never been to Costco, but 1, we have Costco, and 2, kind of I guess, it sells building stuff and has banger sausages. So maybe it's like an IKEA? They sell furniture stuff and have sausages. Jorge said, oh my gosh, they should have executions a la Danganronpa style and Ace Attorney. Should we go back to all the culprits? Where's Prince Paul? Prince Paul loved designing executions. We should do that. Oh, there's Rast! How you doing? Said I didn't even get a notification you were online. Wait, you didn't? Did it not go to Discord like usual? Where's my phone? I'm sorry if you didn't get it. Let me see. Okay, Discord should have gone out. Oh, but it doesn't look like Twitch sent a notification for me, I don't think. Or did it? I'm not sure if it did. I am sorry if it didn't. I'm sorry, Rast. How are you doing? That's just Twitch, I guess. Doc said, the queen of Zhangfa. Bill said, there are no airbenders in Ba Sing Se. Exactly, and there's no war in Ba Sing Se. It's all fine. Oak said, I am the queen of Eastern Massachusetts. Oak said, oh, did Crystal, did you or anyone else find any raid suggestions? Because we're over the 3-hour mark. Oak said, I made steak earlier today. Ooh, Queen Katie said, to be fair, Eustace drained all of Miles' brain cells, so he forgot the connection to Canis. He forgot he connected Canis to Bronco. I'll accept that as an explanation. Doc said, if I was a famous serial killer and a horse was beating me in chess, that would be a fair motive, I think. Oak said, it was really good. I got it perfectly cooked, and I made a really nice sauce with caramelized onions, garlic, and soy sauce. But what is perfectly cooked to you? Because I'm one of those people who likes it either well done or just almost well done, just like slightly pink. Oak said to Doc, if it was a famous serial killer, if I was a famous serial killer, I just wouldn't lose to a horse. Queekid said, I know I keep mentioning this, but I still prefer supplier in this context. I agree. I feel like fixer means something a little bit different. Doc said, really off topic, but Logan, do you know of Chappelle Rowan? Well, now that Nora isn't here, we can talk about it. Yeah, no, because Chappelle Rowan, she was the one that Nora was talking about for ages about the H-O-T-T-O-G-O, that whole song, right? I think. Oak said to Doc, yes, the gay people in his imagination tell him tales of Chappelle Rowan. Rast says, how does a man lose to a horse in chess? Don't we have more brain cells? You would think. Especially him. Look at this. You would think that this houses more brain cells, but apparently it just houses a collection of liquid and or tumors. Jorge says to Doc, oh my gosh, H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Doc says to Rast, the horse having a deeper connection to the knights, giving them an advantage impossible for man. Let's see. Oak says, Logan Robo Chat is just a bunch of gay people that only exist in Logan's head, which is odd since I'm straight. You'd think I would conjure up some straight folks. Quickie said, according to my math, the mini rant spoiler clip might have to happen in the next stream. But hey, I got to share some last minute funny spoiler clips about funny Doggo with knife and mouth. I can't talk when I'm trying to go this fast. By the way, if you're still lurking as I'm scrambling to catch up to chat, again, you're the MVPs. Thank you so much. Oak said, Vero, I'm curious why people object to the puzzles. They seem to be very universally beloved. Beowulf said, lonely? Sounds like a Logan reference. Vera said, because Leighton versus Phoenix Wright is an awesome game. Oak says, ooh, I'm so sleepy. Doc says, in the anime, Edgeworth has a dog in the anime? What kind? Maybe it's a big one. Like, no, this is a Mastiff. What would his dog be? I want to know what type of dog he has. Doc says, chisel in the dog in the chisel. You're a goner. Chisel in the dog, chisel in the dog, chisel in the dog. Hugh O'Connor. Vera says, Hugh O'Connor. Doc said, well, we have IKEA too. Vera said, you guys know IKEA is everywhere. I thought it was just Sweden and the United States. Vera said, you guys know, oh, I read that. Beowulf said, you have an IKEA in redacted. Doc said, yeah, Vera, do you have IKEAs where you are? Because if so, then they are literally everywhere. Doc says it's more like a warehouse of stuff. It's called Bunnings Warehouse. Rat says, lol, I'm doing well. I might have just been busy speedrunning Persona 5. How do you speedrun a game that long? I was gonna say you just would have to like have Joker go home to bed all the time. How do you speedrun it? But then if you do that, you wouldn't level up enough to be strong. Said, seriously, I beat the worst palace in the game today and maxed out like 5 confidence in about 2.5 hours. Wow. I guess just a lot of hammering through if you know what all the dialogue options are. Oak said, perfectly cooked is between medium rare and medium. No. Doc said, the gays love you, Logan Robo. Oak said, and Logan is wrong about steak. Here we go, Vero with some raid suggestions. Hang on, let me copy these down, Vero. Thank you very much. Let me put these over into my text file over here, so we'll be able to make use of those. So Vera has provided us with 3 raid suggestions. We'll be checking those out in a little bit because we are already over time. Vera says, yeah, laughing. Oh, but what's this? I can see the end of chat. The end of chat is in sight. It's got to be like when you're on a boat crossing the ocean and you can finally see the shore of some land up ahead. Vera said, yeah, laughing. Oak said, Logan Robo is a gay icon somehow. I mean, if you say so, I'm sure. I'm surprised that gay people would want me as an icon, but okay. Doc says, Edgeworth dog is like the same dog as Missile. Okay, so like, wait. Was it Shiba Inu or Inu Shiba? I was getting confused. Missile in this one or the Pomeranian Shiba or Missile in Ghost Trick? I assume this one. So Shiba Inu? Oh, Chaz says a Shiba Inu. There we go. Bill says, off the size of your country is probably only one, but still crazy it's there. Oh, and Crystal with some raid suggestions as well. Let me copy Crystal's raid suggestions over too. So thank you very much. So between these, we got like 7 raid suggestions. So we are like all set on raids. Doc says the end in parentheses of chat is near. You put it that way and it sounds like an Evangelion movie that we're doing or something like that, which I wouldn't be opposed to since we've already had some Evangelion references tonight. Vera said, you guys know it's because his lonely aura attracts anything but suitors that are to his taste, aka straight women. That could be a problem because I would really like to find a straight woman who is into me, or even a bi woman who that I'm the type of guy that for the dudes that she's cool with. Seriously, I do need to find a way to meet women. So if anybody has a suggestion for how to meet girls, I would appreciate it. Let's see. Oak says, Vero just said in spoiler chat, quote, I think his lonely aura, oh, there we go, attracts anything but suitors that are to his taste, aka straight women. So at least Vero had the sense to slander me to my face, to say it in the spoiler chat, and then in the Twitch chat. But that is fair. That is fair. Let's see. Beowulf says, good job getting through the Okumura Palace. Oh, and Chris with another couple of raid suggestions. Thank you very much for these. Although I do have to say, the Okumura Palace itself
was not that bad. I mean, the bit at the end where you're like hopping through stuff through space, like all the airlocks, was a little bit frustrating. But the palace proper was kind of fun. It was just the boss fight that was a horrible nightmare experience. That was terrible. That it forced me to have to start fusing and paying attention to strategy and things like that. Seriously, I think that was like the first time I really started fusing. Quickita said, thank you for the very doggo stream. Vera said, went to Google it, 7 locations. Ras says, lol, because it was my new game, plus the final battle wasn't as bad as my first attempt. For reference, my first attempt, he killed me 6 times. Yeah, I think we finally beat Okuma on the 6th time. Thank you, Toilet Duck, for the reminder to save, because I don't know if I did or not. I will save right now. But yeah, I think it took it, which was sad because like Weedle bet me that he would like gift, what was it, like 50 subs or something like that if I beat him in 5 times, and I beat him on the 6th instead. Crystal said, thank you for the very chisel stream. Oak said, thank you for the very om nom nom stream. It made me smile. Doc said, thank you for the very eating chisel stream. Babel says, oh my gosh, that genuinely surprises me. 7 in a country with like 40k people, if that, all in one city. Vera said, thank you for the very puppy licking Canis's face stream. Ras said, Logan, my suggestion is touching grass, maybe going outside. I do go outside, but there aren't, like, if I go outside of my lawn right now and touch the grass, there are not just roving single girls on my lawn grazing. They're elsewhere. I don't know where, but they're not there. Vera said, what can I say? I'm brave. Oak said, actually, Logan, bisexual women notoriously are attracted to nerdy men, so you have a chance. Queen said, see y'all next time for, I assume, Metaphor. My brain is EP now help. Yes, Tuesday will be Metaphor. I still need to figure out if I'm going to add a Saturday stream this week or not. We will see. Vera said, McDonald's are in every corner too. Crystal says, what can I say, Vero? Vero says, okay, that's McDonald's. That's expected of them. Vera said, that's fair. Crystal said, say you like the Genshin character. And there's some commands there. And Oak said, Logan, if you don't have single women grazing on your lawn, then you need to take better care of your lawn. Single women are very healthy for the grass. There we go. With that lawn care advice, 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 4 seconds into the stream, I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. We should check it out. Oh my gosh, one of the people is streaming my favorite game, Final Fantasy VI, and it's my favorite cutscene of the entire game. Okay, I mean, there are other people who have fewer number of viewers, but I think that's probably who we need to go over and raid. It is like literally my very favorite cutscene. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. It's probably, the cutscene's probably gonna be over by the time that we get there. Wait, unless, or is that just an yeah. Unless it's just an opening animation, because it's from like a PlayStation remake of it, but I recognize what's going on there. So, if you're lurking, let me give you the rundown. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating between this, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor ReFantasio. So no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I will post the upcoming week's schedule on Discord, but Tuesday's gonna be Metaphor. Thursday we'll pick up here. We might add a stream with a wildcard game on Saturday, depending on how things go. Let me go ahead. This has probably already been posted into chat, but there is a link tree that includes all the relevant social media stuff. Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm going to copy that over to YouTube as well, in case anyone over there happens to want it. I'm sure the raid message might have already been posted, but I'm going to copy that, post it here again, so I can copy that down to my clipboard as well. Rast says, yippee! Doc says, have a good night, Mr. Robo. Vera said, you're welcome. Oak said, good night, everyone. Thank you for the stream. I love you all. Oak said, got this person for you. Crystal said, laughing. Logan is jolly. Beowulf says, bye, Logan. Moonlight said, night, Logan. Crystal said, nighty night. Vera said, night, night. Hori said, can't help. I can't help with single women. I am of the firm belief that every woman, except my mom and sister, have cooties and have sworn off women for life. Well, that is fair. Quick Katie says, bye-bye, good night. Yes, I love and appreciate you all. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It means the world to me that you would take time out of your busy schedules to just watch me dink around in video games and make stupid jokes and funny voices. So thank you. You guys are the best. You're a better community than I could ever hope for. You're amazing. I love and appreciate you all. Have a wonderful Monday. Keep an eye out for Discord for the schedule, and let me know if you have suggestions for a Saturday bonus stream, and if you're cool with me adding some split fiction co-streams. I said they're a bit different because in those ones I can't read the chat the whole time. But enjoy the raid, everybody. Have an amazing Monday. We'll see you on Tuesday. Again, love and appreciate you all. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, oh crap, the raid just went offline. Good night as well.